Hopefully, I'm hoping that the reception's good tonight. Otherwise, I may stop the live. And if the reception's bad, I may stop live and just start doing regular recording, post it later. So we shall see. Hello. Oh, okay. It should be open back here. Oh, yeah. Well, I think they're afraid. They want to keep people locked in, like they're usually afraid. They're afraid of people. I'm glad you're here though. That's great. Oh, Shirley's there too. Okay. So maybe they started late. Not sure. I'm running late. I know. Hey. I'm running late. There, how are you? I'm good. Okay, I think I got pretty much everything.
Walk too far.
Okay, oh, I'm sorry.
Oh, it's in my purse.
Oh, I like your little red purse. It's cute. Very cute, Miss Diana. I know, I was going to say I beeped too, maybe because my belt. No, it's cute. Ooh, gosh. I'm sorry, my camera thing's running into stuff. Interesting. Hey.
Hi.
Oh, okay, good. Were they running late?
Yeah.
Okay, because I thought that they would be meeting already. Oh, I'll sign up. There's always questions.
And then this one's for the 5:30. So then we do it again for 7.
For 7? Oh, okay, thank you. I got this. I remember to bring my clipboard. Thank you. How you doing? Hey, how is everybody? Good. What is that? What's that? Build bridges, not walls. Oh, good. Okay. To remember to come? No, it's for tonight, you mean?
No, we always out there yesterday, the day before yesterday.
Oh, okay. Yes. Sorry, did we scare you? It was just very quick.
One of y'all fast.
Yeah, we decided, because he's like, oh, you know what? Let's go see if that camera's still out there. So we went, and then, yeah. I took some, but I didn't even share the video that I took. Amir did it. It was fine. No, I mean, it's been so busy. We were by you. We were checking out that camera. Did you see? Oh, thank you. Oh my gosh. See?
Old one is the inaugural.
See, I'm glad. Well, now we can add it to the archive so that it won't like burn or. Okay. Thank you. I'll add it. No, but that's good. That's excellent. That's great. Hey, good to see you. Hey, Nick. There you are. I stopped by the station the other day. What was his name? Brett was there.
So according to the way they got this thing rigged up, I'm the lead off for the first speaker.
Oh, good. Did you sign in? I did too. No, this isn't the main city council meeting, but I thought I might just ask some financial questions anyway. No copies for the public. Oh no.
There you go, right there.
Okay, so that's Mr. Kasparic, but
no, that's not Mr. Kasparic. There's 2 representatives from the Kasparic group.
Oh, because it said on the sheet that there was actually supposed to be like one of the actual Kasparics, so they decided not to do that, huh?
So what is this meeting?
So this is a committee of the whole, which rarely happens. Hey, Colby. Hey. Oh my God, thank you so much for sharing. Otherwise, you know, I would not have even known about these meetings.
These are
Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you.
I think everyone should be asking.
Oh, I love this. Okay.
Regarding the budget, this
Yes.
was created by Ms. Glennon. So,
Okay, that's very helpful. Thank you.
how are you?
Oh, and it's even in Spanish too. Good. I love it. What did you say? Yeah, yeah, that's
That's
very
Colby?
nice. Yes. So
Okay,
she's
I've
my
never
alderwoman.
never crossed paths.
Yes, Miss Colby is my alderwoman.
So you went by and saw the cameras.
Yes, we did. Well, we just wanted to check to see if that
Lions
one.
is?
I'm sorry, no, not those cameras. The big one outside of Napoleon's. That's the one that we checked out.
Ask that question
Oh.
again, Sharon.
Which one?
She said why they don't want uniform language and why there are no copies of the audit for the public.
Yeah, I definitely would like to see
They didn't
copies.
have it for the township. You know, this is the second.
By the way, did you ever read through? I read through their audit, and I went over it last night on my live.
Did they put it on the
audit was
website?
very poor quality. I'm sorry, no, for the township. No.
Yeah, but did they put it on the website? I didn't think so. And is that the correct one? Because if you look at
Actually, there is one on the website, but it was like it was all like staff reports from like Robert and then the people that were working under Tiffany. And to me, it didn't look like there was any analysis. There wasn't really much there. It was just like regurgitating Robert Hunt's stuff.
you go to mine, if it's not that report, I'll put mine on the screen for the whole week.
Good.
If it's not that one with all of this, that is not the audit. Whatever is on that website.
Oh, okay. I have to look
I'm
again.
gonna put in
Because I checked. Remember when the lawyer told me? He said, "Well, you weren't here and you missed the meeting." And he said it's on the website. So I went on the website and I actually read everything. And I said, "But you know, this doesn't really answer my question." Basically, all they were doing was taking what Robert says, and they just copied it. And then it even said at the beginning and at the end, they were basically like, "We're not guaranteeing this." I was like,
Yeah, but that's not even the one. That's not even the one they presented.
"Oh, okay. Because then maybe that one wasn't online. Was that like a PowerPoint?"
Yes. So
I never saw that.
I'm gonna
So the lawyer lied again.
yes. So I'm gonna turn it into public access and say
Do it.
this, and I'm gonna send screenshots of the one I got from my friend. This is the audit. And here, look at this audit.
Right. Because you know, Mr. That is Mr. got snippy with me. He was like, "You weren't here, but it's online." So I'm glad you mentioned that. I know, and I'm like, well, I'm sorry, but that doesn't mean that like you know, it shouldn't be available for people. These people are crazy. They be crazy, let me tell you. Yeah, and I gotta check my reception tonight. For some reason, sometimes my reception's not really good here.
Because at the township, at least they put it up on the screen.
And that's not right, yeah. I mean, come on, guys. They shouldn't be hiding stuff. I'm kind of glad they're running late, though, because I was running late. Hey, guys. Oh. French says, tonight, talk reside. Okay, I wouldn't mind that.
Oh, the lady that live in South Palm, that be taking the work, the home.
Where's Vivian tonight? Must be busy. Yeah. I think she was at the 27th. Okay. Alright, that's the circus.
Well, I do.
No, but what happened is that someone tried to buy a house in the mortgage. They want to for a loan.
He's not dead anymore. Someone over there.
I haven't even done it yet. I know it's not. The whole thing is on me. My comments for council after this. Also, maybe one of the regulations. First of all, the way behind is that most likely one time money laundering for Robert Grant. What happens? Yes, it's a bug. Good question. Thank you. I can't hear anything.
They just had to elect the chair because the mayor won't be here.
I'm not going to be here. You shut down the city.
Well, they should be saying this stuff out loud with a mic.
Yeah, because we can't hear. No, you're right. I'm tempted to yell that out. It's
Tell them, speak up, I can't hear you.
right. Well, monthly budget tax. That's good. I just wanted to glance at that.
So they elected Dominique.
To be chair?
Yes.
Okay. I couldn't hear what happened.
They have elected Dominique Randall L. to be, I know that to be the chair's side, although we did not get to hear that conversation. That's what happened a few minutes ago. So the mayor won't be here. So they elected a chair, but they didn't say it out loud. Maybe he'll explain what happened, what the public wants him to open.
Sure would be nice to get an explanation. So yeah, I don't know if you guys heard. Did you? I don't know if you heard on the Q's explanation, but apparently they just voted to have Dominique Randall L be the chair because the mayor's not here. So, but it was so quiet we didn't hear. So I don't know what's gonna happen. I'm gonna yell at them very soon though because I hate all this whispering.
They gotta tell him what to do because this dude done
Right.
You elect the person who don't even know how to be a leader.
Mm-hmm.
This when y'all be voting in, y'all gotta stop. Y'all gotta
Randall L
stop.
never even comes to any meetings.
Okay, he hardly never here. Y'all gotta stop. Y'all gotta stop.
The lady in the purple is Corey Davis. She's the city manager. And then the lady in the gray jacket, that's Ramona Simpson. She's, I think, supposed to be chief of staff.
The time is now 5:54 p.m. We'll call this meeting, committee of the whole meeting to order. Ask for the roll call of all council members of attendance.
Alderperson Shirley Drulinski. Present. Alderperson Colby Chapman. Present. Alderperson Talani Smith. Present. Alderperson Tracy Keith.
Here.
Alderperson Randall.
Here.
Alderperson Rogers.
Present. Okay, thank you very much.
And Mayor Clark.
Thank you all for being here. Unfortunately, the mayor will not be able to attend tonight. And in situations such as this, we ask council to elect a member to chair the meeting. That being said, I ask for a motion.
Motion to elect Randall House to chair the meeting.
Motion made by the third, second by the sixth.
Please say aye or nay after I call your name. Alderperson Shirley Drulinski. Alderperson Chapman. Aye. Alderperson Talani Smith.
Aye.
Alderperson Keith. Alderperson Randall.
Aye.
Alderperson Rogers.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Thank you. Now I'm gonna ask any volunteers to do the invocation of the Pledge of Allegiance. Pete, would you please?
We bow our heads in prayer. Gracious Lord, Heavenly Father, we particularly your throne of grace today, Lord Jesus. We're thanking you, Lord, for the city council meeting back to the city of Harvey. We're thanking you, Lord, for a brand new year. We're thanking you for prosperity and health. Lord Jesus, we ask you, Lord, to watch over this meeting, guide every heart, every mind, and every tongue. Lord Jesus, so we can better take care of the business of this great city. Lord Jesus, this is our prayer. We ask it all in Jesus' name. Amen. Amen. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you very much. As we move into item 4 on the agenda, I'm gonna ask the council for a motion to amend the agenda, allowing 4C to become 4A. Is
Motion. Second.
I misunderstood the person who made the motion. Motion by the second, I'm sorry, yes, motion by the second and second by the third. Yes.
Alderperson Jermenski,
Yes.
Alderperson Chapman,
Yes.
Alderperson Smith,
Yes.
Alderperson Key,
Yes.
Alderperson Randall,
Yes.
Alderperson Rogers.
Yes.
Thank you all very much. With that being said, let's start the presentation of the audit for 2022. Please take the mic and introduce yourself. Tell them a little bit about yourself and the company.
Hello. So for those who don't know me, my name is Kyle Casper. I'm an audit manager at John Casper Company. In addition, I have my colleague, fellow JKC audit manager Stephen Shield, present, and we're the auditors for the city's year end, April 30th, 2022. So you may recall seeing me back when we presented the FY21 audit, as this is now the second year of our firm's presented the FY audit for the city. So I'll be going through is the audit of the city of Harvey as well as the Harvey Police Pension Fund, both of which we are engaged in foreign services for the year end April 30th, 2022. I'd like to start off by thanking members of the City Council, City Management, and the rest of the city staff. They all work very hard in fulfilling our requests, and we appreciate everyone that was involved. So before I get into presenting the city's annual financial report for the year ending April 30th, 2022, if possible, please hold from asking any questions until the conclusion of the presentation. All right, so City Council, you should have the bound report in front of you. After flipping through the cover page, you will see the report's table of contents, followed with a listing of principal officials of the city. Page 2 starts your financial section of the report, where you can find your auditor's opinions. The opinion tells readers how reliable the financial statements are and whether they present the entity's financial position fairly. As a general overview, there are 4 types of opinions, ranging from the most favorable being unmodified to the least favorable being adverse. I'll briefly explain each of the 4 opinion types as it relates to the section of the report labeled Summary of Opinions, again, on page 2 of your annual financial report. An unmodified opinion means that the auditor found no material misstatements in the financial statements. Financial statements are presented fairly in all material respects. During FY22, we issued an unmodified opinion on the Debt Service Fund, Capital Projects Fund, TIF 1, and TIF 2 funds. A qualified opinion means that the auditor has found certain issues or limitations in the financial statements, but believes the overall financial statements are a fair representation, except for those specific issues. During FY22, we issued a qualified opinion on the Motor Fuel Tax Fund and aggregate remaining fund information, which includes the Police Pension Fund. Third, a disclaimer opinion means that the auditor cannot express an opinion on the financial statements. Disclaimers often involve a combination of significant issues, such as scope limitations, lack of sufficient evidence, and uncertainty. During FY22, we issued a disclaimer of opinions on the governmental activities, business type activities, general fund, and the water fund. The 4th and least favorable opinion would be an adverse opinion, which means that the auditor has found material misstatements in the financial statement. This opinion tip was not present during the FY22 audit due to the fact that all material restatements identified were proposed to management and will be subsequently posted to the city's books as adjusting journal entries. So that's a little background on the 4 different types of opinion. I wanted to go through those because when you see your report and you're reading through it, it's good to break those down. And again, this is for the clear in April 30th, 2022, that you're engaged to report on. Moving through the report, page 3 is where we further explain the specific matters that led to qualifying the disclaimer opinions. The bottom of pages 3 and 4 discuss the responsibilities of management as well as responsibilities for the auditors, which means that, followed with pages 5 and 6, which discuss the required supplementary information, also known as RSI, supplementary information, also known as SI, and other information, which is found in the table of contents. And these 3 sections will be identified throughout the course of the presentation. Moving through the auditor's opinion, pages 7 through 15 consists of the management's discussion and analysis, also known as the MD&A. The MD&A is unaudited, but it provides a narrative overview of financial statements, including comparisons to that of the prior year. The MD&A also helps readers understand key trends, significant changes, and management's perspective on the city's financial position and operations. Following the MD&A starts the basic financial statements. Pages 16 through 18 consist of the government-wide financial statements, which provides a comprehensive overview of the city's financial position and operations. These statements combine information from all the city's funds and presents in a single entity, which including both capital assets and long-term debt obligations. Together, these statements offer a clear, consolidated picture of the city's financial condition and how its resources are being managed over time. I will point out that on page 18, the city's net position has improved approximately $6.5 million during the fiscal year audit. Pages 19 through 24 present the governmental fund financial statements of the balance sheet, income statement, and reconciliations for arriving to the previously mentioned government-wide financial statements. The individual major funds are presented here. You will also see a column for the non-major governmental funds, which are smaller other governmental funds, and you will see that detail as we progress throughout the report. I would like to draw your attention to pages 22 and 23. This consists of your revenues, expenditures, and changes in fund balance for all governmental funds. During FY22, the city's revenue exceeded expenditures by approximately $2 million, thus lowering the cumulative governmental fund balance deficit of approximately $35.5 million to $33.5 million. A significant improvement compared to FY21, which had a net change in fund balance of approximately $55,000 for governmental funds. Pages 25 through 28, this presents the proprietary fund financial statements, consisting of the balance sheet, income statement, and statement of cash flows. The water fund is presented as the sole major fund, with the non-major enterprise funds consisting of the sewer fund, commuter parking fund, and Pace Bus terminal parking fund. Here, I would like to draw your attention to page 27, which consists of your operating revenues, operating as well as non-operating expenses of all proprietary funds. During FY22, the city's revenues exceeded expenses by approximately $860,000, thus improving the cumulative net position of approximately to just over $6 million. Again, another significant improvement compared to FY21. In that case, in FY21, there was a net change in fund balance of approximately, it's actually net reduction in fund balance of approximately $600,000. So if you look at those 2 years and 2 years span, the proprietary funds had a cumulative change in net position of $1.5 billion positive. So you have to look at the upside side. I know the financial picture, you look at the grand scheme, it may not look as ideal, but these are highlights from the fiscal year audit, so I wanted to point those out. Because as we're going through everything, there's a lot of upsides still to look at, despite being FY22 and catching up. periodically over the course of this year. Okay, moving through the rest of the final part of the basic financial statement as it relates to financials. Pages 29 and 30 present both the city's pension trust funds. So we were engaged to audit the city's police pension fund, and there were different auditors engaged to audit the city's firefighter pension fund. The detail of the police and fire pension funds are then broken out on pages 118 and 119 of the report. So if we get through, you'll see those, but I wanted to say that includes both of the police and fire pension funds on pages 29 and 30. 29 being the balance sheet and 30 being the income statement. Now, the next part of the report, pages 31 through 72, this consists of your notes to the financial statements. The note provides essential details and explanations that support the amounts and disclosures in the financial statements. They offer a context about the city's accounting policies, significant transactions, and compliance with laws and regulations, while helping readers gain a clearer understanding of the city's overall financial picture. So I will not go through that section of the report in detail, but after reading, if there are any questions, feel free to reach out to me for clarity. Again, a lot of this language carries over from the prior year. It's required disclosure information, but feel free to reach out for any questions as they arise over time. Page 73, this structure requires supplementary information, again also known as RSI, for the pension funds, and concludes on page 84. These are additional required schedules for reporting the changes in pension liabilities and related ratios, employer contributions, and investment returns. Pages 85 through 86 are the budget to actual reports for the city's general fund and major special revenue fund, motor fuel tax. Followed with notes to RSI on page 87, which discloses the budgetary procedures of the city. The next section of the report starts with supplementary information. This is the most detailed section of the report. It begins with the governmental funds on page 88. It concludes with the enterprise funds on page 117. So again, as I mentioned, this is the most detailed section of the report. This is where we come for each line of city budgets. Where we started showing the budget, the original and final, because there were no amended budgets during fiscal year 22. Followed with the actual for the current year audited. Actual again being April 30th, 2022. The variance, so is the budget over or under? You'll see that as the third column on the page. And then the fourth column are the prior year audited financials for comparative purposes. Again, we audited the fiscal year 21, so I get both years. I know it's still a couple years back, so timely financials is key, but I want to point those out because as we gradually catch up, and you could use that as budgetary purposes down the road on seeing where line item adjustments can be made in the future. Right. Page 118 to 119, this consists of the police and firefighter pension trust funds. Page 118 is your net position, also known as the balance sheet. Followed with page 119, which is the related changes in activities, so additions, subtractions to arrive at your ending net position. The last section of supplementary information consists of the city's consolidated year-end financial report, as required by the Illinois Grant Accountability and Transparency Act. I will point out that the city was not subject to a single audit in fiscal year 22 because federal expenditures did not exceed $750,000. If the city was subject to a single audit, there would be a separate standalone report referred to a uniform guidance report, which the city did have in fiscal year 21. Pages 121 to 125, which concludes the annual financial report under the section labeled Header Information. And this discloses the city's long-term debt requirements for outstanding bond debt issuances as of April 30th, 2022. So, before I get to any questions, I want to point out that in terms of the annual compliance filings, the city's FY22 annual financial report has been electronically filed with the State Comptroller's Office on the website. Other services that we were engaged to perform for the city during 2022 consisted of preparing the TIF compliance reports. There were 8 in total, and those were emailed to Administrator Spring Davis for submitting to the state as well. And then lastly, submitting the city's annual debt disclosures to Cook County. And I've communicated with Lewis on getting those, getting the account set up, because the last debt disclosures were by several years back, so a new username had to be created, and the time frame is, so for clarity, the county debt disclosure ordinance requires taxing districts to submit financial statements to the county treasurer within 30 days of the publication of the most recent audited financials. The most recent audited financials were published on December 31st, 2025. And then the due date for the FY22 debt disclosures, therefore, is January 30th, 2026. So I'll work with Lewis on getting those uploaded. Those have already been prepared, and we're just doing our best to get the city caught up and looking ahead to the future. So that's all I have. Are there any questions?
It was my understanding that due to prior obligation that we wouldn't be able to take questions. That's why we made the motion to move into the fund. Are you supposed to, or Mr. Williams can do so?
Questions I gave you, like,
Yes. If you want to play with that, to keep my answer.
Okay, that's good then.
I had requested that any questions you have, so we would be funded to be submitted in writing, and Alderman Chapman did submit a couple of questions that I want to address.
I will do my best. Okay. So, referring to the section labeled 2022 audit, correct, Lewis?
Yes.
Okay. Question 1 stated, why does the FY22 audit state that management cannot provide support for any debit card transactions, despite this being flagged in the FY21 audit? So there was support provided. It's not that downward, and I can tell you in 22 there was a significant improvement, but there still was missing information in our sample, and there's missing that really was unable to be provided. Some of it could be due to timeliness. We're looking back 4 years, but I can tell you part of our sample, we just randomly pull a selection. If the selection is not provided, we'll ask a couple of requests. But I mean, in terms of context, I mean, yes, it improved, but it still was enough to point out in the audit report. Okay. Question 2. When was a formal payroll and fringe benefit allocation methodology adopted? And why do the auditors report non-existent as of FY22? And Lewis, do you want to shed some light on that, on the past, just as?
Yeah. You're right, they issued about payroll, not in fringe benefits. So what happened was, normally, I mean, we get an insurance bill, 3 months, Blue Cross, and deal form. Normally, human resources in reviewing the bill does an allocation by department. That wasn't done, to be honest with you. We don't want to spend a lot of time doing it, basically 4 months of bills going through it. So we just passed on it. Not that the numbers are not in there, they've all been miscellaneous appropriation. We are working toward being able, trying to find a quick way to allocate those expenses. But again, they're just too time to simply go.
Just to piggyback off of that, so this is back in 2022. Today's date, are we correct in that?
We are going to work to correct that. And speaking with your earlier question on the debit card transactions, I can tell you what happened in 22, even though I was kind of in and out of the part-time. Controller's office moved from upstairs to downstairs. The stuff should have been properly scanned into the system, which is the process we go through now, as a matter of fact. And to give you some idea, this is some grand amount of money. We fund that debit card account to the tune of about $2,000 a month. Some months it was every year, Christmas, or doing the breaks and stuff like that. And the months stuff just wasn't scanned in the system. Because if you don't maintain any paper copies of invoices, the accounting system allows us to scan those bills in. That way, if you come asking for a copy of the invoice, As a matter of fact, all of us will get access to the system, where they begin testing for documentation on the bills, they can go directly into the county system. And they're not waiting to file chapters like we used to in the good old days, or bad old days.
That makes sense because it's not backtracked and now we're still in the process of, working on this.
Use the mic, so, you're asking.
I was just saying, this was in 2022, so it's still work in progress. Each year we should improve on that. Thank you.
We're trying to be paperless.
Question number 3, right here. Why did the city move from qualified opinions in FY21 to disclaimer of opinions in FY22 on its core funds? Well, I can explain that FY21 was our first year under audit, so part of our procedures is we'll review the predecessor work papers, make inquiries, and as we had more of a comparative picture on everything, our expectations were set when they weren't met, and we determined it being material. That essentially was our benchmark. So yes, there may have been some more detailed testing, but it also, Stephen also helped with that on evaluating various items from contingent liabilities to amounts owed to other funds. When we look at the grand scheme, is it material? Do they materially state the financials of it? But that's where we have to heighten up the auditor's opinion because, again, we're opining and we can't just, this is 2022, not everything's going to be the same. So our auditor procedures took us that direction. We don't know if it'll happen in 23, maybe it'll improve in 23. But that's the best response I can do. Yeah.
Context on the opinions, the Kyle Freeman explained unmodified, qualified, disclaimer. Qualified opinion says the financial statements are fairly presented in all material respects, except for some issue. If our except for list gets too long, we end up with a disclaimer because we don't have enough to express an opinion on. So that's why we went from that qualification only in the prior year to disclaimer this year because there were more issues identified where we weren't able to be provided support for certain practices. Any questions?
Yes. Yeah. As you mentioned, disclaimer identifies, that the auditor could not obtain sufficient evidence, correct?
Yes, we could not obtain sufficient evidence to support an opinion.
So here, under the government activities, business type activities, general fund, and water fund, these are 4 core operating specifics that keep the city afloat. So I guess my question is today we're approving a budget for 25 and 26. What documented proof exists today that the financial control issues cited in the audit have actually been corrected? And I just want to go back. In 2021, we made a promise, according to the audit, that we were going to have a written internal control narrative, that we were going to have regular controlled execution, and strengthen financial reporting controls. So in your research, have you seen those things heightened or increased? Since we have 4 disclaimers on 4 core operating funds.
Generally, let Kyle and Lewis speak to specifics.
Please speak up.
I'll try, I'm sorry.
Okay.
Don't be shy.
So, as far as internal control narratives go, yes, we were able to obtain those before long term and be satisfied with the internal controls, except for the matters that were reported in the management letter. We did have 2 internal control weaknesses. One dealt with the material adjustments that were proposed in connection with the letter, and the other dealt with a lack of sufficient evidence in certain areas. So, as far as the internal control processes go, we didn't have specific weaknesses in internal control when it came to processing the payables, processing the payroll,
not a matter of we're paying bills without documentation. Problem is when you get, and this is a problem we desperately need to do where we were 6 years ago. That is auditing as quickly as possible, because what happens when you're in 25 and you start asking for documents beyond just you have proof that these bills are paid. So they would say if they looked at a Blue Cross Blue Shield, but any bill of a material amount, there was a documentation. It's just when you get to some of the more specific documentation, 4 years to get to this place.
If I may ask, because the spirit are our auditors, so you all can only audit what you're providing, correct? What are we doing internally, Comptroller Williams, to ensure that moving forward, moving into the 2023 audit, that we can maybe hold to some of the promises?
So we're constantly requesting documentation from the departments, making sure we scan it in. Another thing, this money going again was compensated absence. That's a matter of human resources that to provide us with that. And again, like we talk about the allocation of fringe benefits. These are things that both the finance department gets dinged on, but you rely on other departments, and you also rely on the flow of information from all the various parts of the city. And what we're trying to do just is the board packages and sent out electronically, so you can always come back and pull them. It's that those type of things that enable us to have documentation.
Give me one second here. I'm gonna ask the council, please, let's keep our questions to the auditors, so that we can make sure that the public and ourselves are fully understanding this audit. The operational questions, we can ask at any time. I wanna make sure that everybody has a great understanding, thorough understanding of what our auditors have performed and what they're saying in relation to our finances. With all due respect, I know that we wanna make sure that we're using this information that you're providing to make us better financially. That's one set of another category of questions that you can't even answer, okay? Because you're not in charge of running the city. So the questions that I want to make sure that we're getting to him is anything that will help us better understand the audit. When we get those questions, he's answering those questions. Not only we get it, but the public's getting a better view of what's going on financially with the city. Yes, recognize first.
My experience with auditors. So if you have,
Use your mic, please.
I'm sorry, my voice projects. My experience with auditors, if you're sitting there looking and you go to the comptroller and you say, okay, I need 10 selection, and you're picking the selection, the auditor has to go back and give you that data. Now, that data is missing. He cannot turn around and say, oh, we got this to compensate. You just are randomly checking about 10% of each category, correct?
Yeah, it's ultimately to get a reasonable assurance. And
Right.
if you can't get that reasonable assurance, that's where you go down the other paths.
Go down the other one. So this is like a percentage of where we're at. But it's not a truly 100% accurate of everything, am I correct?
Correct, and that's why I pointed out the opinion, the general fund, the water fund, just to let you know, if the general fund's disclaimed, governmental activities would be disclaimed too, because it falls under that. Likewise, if the water fund's disclaimed, so would the proprietary fund. So those are the two that we're honing on. I know those are the two biggest, but again, those are the ones with the most risk and exposure.
For those that are in the public,
One point, the audit is posted to the city's website.
yes, that's what I'm about to say. You're welcome, if you have your phone, you can go right here, actually, you can go right there, right now, on your phone, and you can follow along with us as well. I'm sorry, I should have mentioned that in the beginning, as we were going through the pages. You're more than welcome to do that now, if you'd like to. If you all have additional questions that maybe you're not getting to right now, please reach out to your alderperson, let them have those questions, and let them get those answers back to you. Is there any other questions? Recognize all of you. Thank you.
I just want to ask just a couple of questions. So during this audit time, you know, all the persons were asked to submit a questionnaire on any issues and any concerns. How was that actually addressed, and was it helpful?
Yes, it helps when you respond. Completeness too. Completing all the responses, what we do is we then evaluate, we compare to our testing, and then we may have to test more. We may have to look at areas we weren't aware of. Some of the responses were subsequent to the fiscal year after April 30th, 2022, but still, it's not that we would just ignore, we would still document and make a note, hey, there's audit, if this is FY24 item to be aware of, assuming we're engaged, that's where we're looking. So they are helpful, they do help us evaluate risk, and they're also required, which is why we often send second, sometimes third, fourth requests, because that's our key audit evidence. If we don't have those, then we're basically just dragging a line.
Okay, just one more question. When it comes to the general fund, you know, how are y'all able to evaluate that to see exactly how the money is being spent and allocated? Because just saying, for example, you know, alderman expenses is supposed to be submitted in, and return the money goes to the street department, or how is it broken down? And you never really, once money goes in the general fund, you never really have a breakdown of where it goes and what exactly is being spent, or even an asterisk on the side, or this percentage of money was, well, I want to say taken or placed or whatever from such and such alderman. You know, situations like that. But how do you really be able to determine how the money is being spent
Ultimately,
when you're doing an audit?
Yeah, a big difference. So you can have a forensic audit where they'll audit 100% and they'll look at all those. Those are optional. They cost 6 to 7 digits. They're not cheap, and they may not tell you something you don't already know. But I can tell you, for us, for reasonable assurance, we're looking at material transactions. So there's a chance we may not test all the vending expenses because we have our scope, we have our materiality. If we feel it's not materially misstated, well, we're more than likely not going to test that unless it comes up in our sample transaction testing. So I can tell you that we're looking at the higher dollar figure revenue and expense lines, because those are the ones that are more exposure to opinion where it turned out where it was. So that is a valid concern, but for our testing, it's all based on the planning. And if we don't feel that there's a concern that materially misstated, well, we may not test that because we're not testing 100% of all transactions. It's physically impossible.
Okay, well, one last question. So moving ahead, the company, the Casper company, will y'all be doing our audits for 22, 23, and so on?
Yes, I appreciate you asking that because it leads into my outro too. So thank you again. I look forward to working with you and your team. We have already provided management with our next audit engagement letter, which will be for the next 3 fiscal years, fiscal year 23, fiscal year 24, and 25. So pending our engagement letter acceptance, our team would be ready in a position to start the 2023 audit as early as next month, and that would be February 2026. Following with rolling right into the subsequent 2 fiscal year audits with intentions to have April 30th, 2025 issued by this time next year. Those are our intentions. It goes both ways. It goes with management being ready for us. We got to have our team ready. We have to communicate. We have to properly plan. Stephen's helped a lot to put this approach together. But that's ultimately our plan. And we get there, timely financials aren't that far out. So I can let you know the engagement proposal has been presented. And we just need to hear back if it's approved, and then we can get it on the calendar and hopefully, again, this time next year, it isn't out of the question to have 3 audits done if you strategically plan. And city management is willing to work with us and get caught up and put the city of Harvey back on the map and look out for the citizens in the best interest that they can.
Councilman, let's give him a round of applause. Thank you. Sorry, not at this
Yeah,
time.
we have questions too.
A question during public comment, sir, and.
Are you gonna still be,
But
you
he's-
guys gonna still be here at the regular city council?
Yeah, they're gonna be there.
I'm just wondering how they got you guys here, they said that you're not
Sir.
available, and now you can do
Mhm.
4 in 1 year. and it's
Right.
gonna cost us
I'm asking council to turn your attention
Right.
to 4, which is now
Right.
being referred to as 4B, presentation of fiscal year 2025 appropriations support and situation.
And I just want to point something out for all of this, is we let them lead, because you talked about our.
Yes.
I would strongly encourage people to go to the state's website or the city's website and look at pages 88 to 98. These are very detailed breakdown of what we budget for revenues and the revenues that will fall in. I think it will give you far more insight into what's going on. See, it may not be what you want to hear, but it's certainly important. I am going to just go through the audit, and we ask the alderman. I'm gonna go through the budget very broadly, but also I'm gonna address questions,
Do I need to email it to you?
questions. And I did ask, people to submit their questions in writing, and I will address to the best of my ability. Alderman Chapman and Treasurer Pickens submitted questions, regarding the, budget, and Alderman Chapman's questions were addressed, directly by the auditors, in terms of, everything that's going on. First place, just to break out the difference between audits, some of you guys, for instance, one of the questions brought up was the budget deficit that we have projected for the city for fiscal 26. I made this comment many times over the past.
Sorry, Mr. Williams, the budget is available online, once again, for those who want to follow along. Okay.
The issue of the overall budget deficit, and you really kind of serving two masters. This report that was presented by auditors is on an accrual basis, and as it stated, I mean, some people may look at it and say, they just reported that you guys had a combined surplus across all funds of $6 million. Show me the money. And that's part of the issue when you're dealing with accrual versus cash basis statement, because it said basically the city's fund balance improved by $6.5 million over the year, but at the same time, I'm projecting out budget deficits for this year. And that's because the budget deficit is more or less done on a cash basis, a modified cash basis. We're accounting for cash that comes in and cash that goes out. As a matter of fact, in the budget, it was brought up by Treasurer Pickett that we had a deficit last year of almost $7 million. But that's not quite true. It's true on the cash basis, but it doesn't take into account that a fair amount of that deficit was driven by the 150 Fortunes project, and that revenue actually came in previous years. And so the money doesn't necessarily always match up. But again, as I say many times, the city's deficits are being driven basically by our pension liabilities. We paid $8 million into the fire and police pensions last year. And that's covering the judgment that goes back almost 25 years when we finally had to start paying. We actually had to start paying those deficits out. So it was also asked, what are we doing to decrease the deficit? Unfortunately, we did have to make substantial layoffs in December, but when that budget more or less in line, the cash-based budget deficit is targeted at about $3.3 million. Again, that's being driven again by the almost $6 million is being paid to the private pension fund, and there are only so many cuts that you can do. But believe me, when we end the year, it won't be a $6 million budget deficit. I got some questions here really addressing 24 and 25. Why federal and state grants negative? Again, it's how the money flows in. We actually get the invoice, the money flows in later. So on an accrual basis, when those things come back on an accrual basis, those won't necessarily, they won't be deficits. Why is such a big increase? This is Treasurer Pickett. Under 4,000, why is that such a big increase in 4,000, which I believe is the mayor's department? I'm not sure what the big increase is, but I think it's because we group the liquor commission money that the mayor receives into the budget. The special event she has there, if some of the expenditures for special events were being offset there, they are offset by contributions to the city that people make to support the special events. The other question was on the police department, account 132-5030, where the equipment is being purchased. The city has invested almost $1 million in the crime center, and that is to provide, it's using technology to provide better safety for the city, because we necessarily don't have to have the people come in previous years. Fund 2, she said, why is there less revenue protecting the sewer revenue? Water revenues go down, sewer revenues go down. As you know, your sewer bill is a percentage of your water bill. Fund 52, if the TIF is closed, if there are closeouts in the TIF and there's still numbers that have to be audited, it's right, we're auditing, we're budgeting audit fees for those. In Fund 80, she wants to know why there weren't descriptions under 580, under Fund 80 for the federal, because they're rolling in all the time. We know about what we're going to receive. Like in this fiscal year, we received, help me out, $1.4 billion for street lighting. 1.5 for street lights, and I hope people see new street lights. That was through federal funds, but I know they're on Halstead, Dixie, and a number of places there. So that's the problem. We don't know specifically, because we're constantly applying for grants to be able to do those special projects. Just in terms of the overall budget, as you look at the budget over the years and on the spreadsheet provides it all, and it kind of shows the budget. And each year the budgets are really flat. I know I got a question from Alderman Chapman about the budget. The $3.7 million deficit, like I said, that's being driven by the pensions. In the fund transfers to operations, yes, but not really transfers. What happens is part of the street department's operations can be covered by motor fuel tax fund, and we do an ordinance each year to tell the department of transit what we're going to actually do with motor fuel money, so it does cover it. And motor fuel funds for street lights are charged. That's a chargeable expense. Salt is charged to motor fuel tax fund. And her question is, was given the projected general fund deficit, which salaries and operating expenses increase in this budget are discretionary, for what specific steps is the controller recommending to slow costs? Again, the city is a service business, so most of our costs are personnel. You look at the personnel costs, just the salaries operate the city, the fringe benefits, the pension costs, and things like that. They make up about 80% of the total budget for the city. So cuts were made when you say, why do you blame our people? Well, unfortunately, that's where the greatest impact is. If you take that, you add in the scavenger service, you add the legal, you add in insurance, you got 100% of the budget. Contractual service for the lawyers, I'm contractual, the street front, building services is contractual. So you add in those things and you have 100% of the budget. Now, here's what the hope is. We're trying to renegotiate the terms of the payments being made to the fire pension fund directly through the controller, bring that cost more in line. It would cause us to have 4 more years to pay them, but it would reduce the burden that we have now of paying those things. If we could get that payout to them under $2 billion a year, it basically would put about $3 billion more in the city's coffers. And get us close to a budget break even, but also allow us to pay bills that are more delinquent than they should be at this point for the city. So it's a painful budget, but the budget, year to year to year, you line up the budgets, or line up the audits for the last 10 years, you find the numbers don't vary that very much. Even, I know some of even on the audit, if you look at the audit that was just presented on real estate taxes, it looks like I went off the budget line by $3 million on real estate taxes that we collected. And that's explainable because what happens is the Center Street tip expired. The portion of the Center Street tips taxes that were coming to the city actually came to the city, it didn't go into the tip. So most of the stuff is pretty straightforward. We've had some budget hits. If you look at the budgets, the other thing we talk about budgets is, remember what the city's primary responsibility is. And that's public safety, that's fire and police. They make up the bulk of the budget. Again, it's human resource costs. And like I said, it just gets kind of thrown out of whack by the pension payments. But that's where the majority of the money goes, is in public safety. They have the second largest budget. And if you look at their budget versus the rest of the city, police and fire budget together is more than the rest of the city combined. So I don't like deficits, but again, on a cash basis, this is a deficit. I think when all the grant revenue comes in and we do the things that we normally capitalize, like when I budget $500,000 for the police department expenditures, that's for cash purposes. I want to show that because it's a cash outlay. When you see the audit, the budget is automatically going to be reduced by that $500 million. Last year's budget at 7.7, like I said, there's $2 million in street improvements that were made that will be capitalized. There was a $700,000 fire truck that would be capitalized. So all those things come together to bring that budget. Again, we've been the city, like I said, if you look at the budgets in the audits over the past 6 years, the city has really surpluses when you take the items that make them capital, our capital expenditures. And you just want to look at the numbers and say what's about the budget. If you add the fire and police pension funds back in, you'll see that the city's really not as bad. The deficits aren't as bad as they appear. It does cause cash flow issues. But also, it's a good part to that, like the police pension fund. We're looking at the 22 audit, obviously about in fiscal 26. The police pension fund went from being funded 46% in 2018 to, based on the actuarial report this year, the pension fund is funded 78%, which is in the top 10% of the entire state in terms of local pension funds. So we're suffering through a little pain now, but long term we gain in the city. Also in terms of the audit, the 2000 ABC bonds, which were a refinance of the 1990 bonds, all those bonds were paid off as of January 24, 207, 207B, we do not have any bonds that are in default right now in the city.
My first question that you answered, I just want to reiterate so that the public can hear. My question was, the general fund shows 29.69 million in estimated revenues and 33.43 million in appropriations, creating a $3.7 billion deficit. You spoke earlier, mentioned that we're in discussion with the state comptroller.
Discussions with the police pension fund, because if you look.
But monitored by the comptroller, correct? The state comptroller.
Right.
Is that monitored by the state comptroller?
No, the control is just the one that's, state control that disperses all state funds. And what the state is the one that's paying, by court agreement, is paying the pension funds $4 million. All right, our hope was to get the pension funds to extend the time period and to reduce that annual outlay to about 1.8 million.
So then this $3.74 million shortfall, we're over. Is this the discussion to decrease this amount? So that's a plus.
It's being driven by, if you look up in the report, you'll see that being driven by what we budgeted for the fire pension fund, which is $6 million. So without, if we were just paying, again, I don't want to get technical, I'm talking about normal pension costs versus other pension costs, but obviously if we were paying the police fire pension fund $6 million, we have a $3 million surplus.
I have one more question for Mr. Williams. How much did our audit cost? The audit that was, I'm assuming that it would be the same cost in 22, that it would be in 3, 4, 5, and now we're going
Not
to. I
necessarily.
see that I
We
didn't
didn't have to have a
budget.
single audit this year. The audit cost us $110,000.
Is that what you would say it's going to be annually? I didn't see that reflected in the budget.
Within that, right, it's reflecting on the audit and accounting services.
So between now and till 25, 26, we're looking at over about $500,000 on audits.
It's
One team,
about 375.
Okay.
Which is, again, that's
That's it.
a little higher than we would have had 10 years ago. But again, one of the reasons I stated before about the issues behind audits behind is the number of firms that are actually performing all the services now. And that's not a Harvey thing. That's across the state that, you know, the fees went up.
Chair recognizes the city clerk.
Thank you. Mr. Williams, my main concern is, there were employees that were furloughed in the month of December. Is there any money in our fiscal year budget to reflect that we'll have enough revenue to bring these employees back to work, especially the water department?
I wish I could make that commitment, but I can't. Because even now, I'm saying even now, the city has not remitted, the county has not remitted, all the taxes we do receive on the second installment. Again, we're hoping and praying that it's pretty hard to botch up the first tax bill because it's nothing but 55% of the prior year's tax bill, so it's contingent on a lot of things. Believe me, it's very painful to lay off employees. The problem is, again, in terms of laying off employees, when it comes back to you gotta pay those employees every 2 years.
There's another part to this question. You mentioned the the fireman's pension. And I do understand that we're paying the interest rates, we're paying for penalizations, and we're paying fines because we were overdue. Are you doing the actual negotiations with the fireman's pension? And how is that negotiation going? Because $3.5 million would help us if we were able to reduce that interest rate. Is that correct?
Our hope is to reduce the interest rate from the statutory rate, 6%, and stretch out the payments. But again, we agreed to it. Because under duress, the state of Illinois, the House and the Senate, the governor signed the laws that said that if you get behind your pension payments, that they can Get control was offset.
We were under court order at that particular time.
Exactly. That's why we were doing it. Somebody's not with me. Trying to read it. That court order goes back to
2014, I think.
2017 is when the actual order was put in place. The delinquency intervention goes back to 1995.
Okay. Yeah.
There's no other question. I ask council to turn your attention to what is now going to be 4C, presentation of the 2025 levy ordinance, which once again is available online.
And the great thing I can tell you about tax ordinance, the city of Harvey has not raised taxes over 10 years. So now that doesn't mean your tax bill won't go up.
Okay, all right.
The city of Harvey's portion
don't
of the tax bill,
that's true.
you can pull them up, you can come on site. The only thing that varies in that budget is how much we have to get pensions, the amount we've had to pay the police pension fund, because this better funding has gone down. We shift that money back into general cover. So that levy is exactly what was presented in terms of dollar amounts. If I change round to some numbers, it would be the same levy that you put in.
About $1,000.
It's the same levy you looked at for the past 7 years.
4.9.
No, that's not. The total levy is, 15 million. That does not include, that doesn't include, right, but that doesn't include debt service. So again, those, tax levy ordinances are on the city's website.
So the city is not raising their
The city has not raised taxes. I haven't raised taxes since I began doing the levies 11 years ago.
Mr. Williams, you hinted this, so just so we're clear and probably clearly understand, for our homeowners, when you get your tax bill, you see there are multiple tax units. What we're simply saying to you is that where it says City of Harvey, we have not and will not raise taxes. It has nothing to do with Thornton Township, County Mosquito Abatement, School District 147, School District 152, South Suburban College. They all could easily raise it. And they can raise their percentage they requested, and therefore now you're paying more in taxes. However, we do not control those bodies. What we're telling you is, as far as this body is concerned, we will not raise the portion that we control. That tax rate will stay the same as it has in the last 10 years. So please be very clear when you're looking at your tax bill, you see that you're paying more. What I would suggest is get your last year's tax bill and see who went up. Okay? Because it won't be the city of Harvard, but it may be the school district, it may be Thornton Township, it may be South Suburban College, but it won't be us.
All the doctors, one other thing, remember, you do not control assessed values. We do not control. So your tax bill could go up because your assessed values went up. But that's all done by the county. The city has nothing to do with the assessed valuations.
Is there any questions, council?
Yes. Yes. You know, I sent you questions regarding the tax levy as well. December 12th, and then again, when you requested, but just going back to compliance, statutory compliance. Pursuant to 35 ILCS 200/1815, the city's 2025 tax levy must be adopted and filed by December 30th, 2025, and it would have had to be posted for the public by Wednesday, December 10th. So today, how are we moving forward without providing the public a 20-day notice?
It will be published for 20 days.
Had it been published, Mr. Williams?
It's been on the city's website.
Is it
I think
reflected?
so.
It was here? Was it posted on the door of City Hall?
It was available for inspection.
What date was that? But it was before
The run
Wednesday.
starts now, if the run starts now, it is what it is. I mean, we don't have to do public hearings if we're not raising the taxes.
But as far as the notice, according to, this is just what I pulled off of the United States statute pursuant to 35 ILCS 200/18-15. It says that the public must be made aware. As a matter of fact, you know who I pulled it from? Because Spicker, they actually sent the email out. Go
I'm
ahead.
not taking 20 days, take 20 days from today.
It takes, so 20 days as of
Vote
today.
on it today.
Start today.
Who is she?
I said we can post it today.
So, but we're looking to actually vote on it.
Yeah, then you can't vote on
The
it
next
today.
council meeting.
Uh-huh.
1 minute. So I just want to make sure that we're following statutory compliance.
Right.
And abiding by the state of Illinois, the rules before we go and vote this evening. And then the public generally has had their 20-day compliance. Because we don't want anyone coming back and say what we did not do or what we failed to do.
That's correct.
I thought we had posted it prior.
Do you know the date, Ms. Davis?
I was,
We don't have any official clarity, so that's, I just want to make sure that we're on point like a pencil before we
Yeah.
move forward. Yes,
I think we pretty much answered your question.
you can still answer, but if you would like to, you can add.
I'll say this, if anybody who has a complaint in regards to that compliance, are free to file complaints with the state's attorney's office, and we can move forward with that.
For your rebuttal.
With that being said,
she did have one other question.
oh, did you? I didn't know that.
It notes that, the levy says we'll receive 8 million. The total is $19 million. And 8 million from the levy. The 11 million comes from our state funds and all these other fees and things that we collect throughout the year.
Thank you, Mr. Williams.
Thank you.
There's no more questions, we move on to public comment. We only have two. Please excuse me, we'll just go, I can't pronounce it, so Ryan will go first, followed by Michael. I'm not saying the last name only because I really can't read it. So, Ryan, if you want to come up, we'll follow that with Michael. Each participant will get 3 minutes. I ask that you would please be respectful of your time, be respectful of yourself and others in your comments. There's no reason to be disrespectful, having name calling, whatsoever. Council is encouraged not to respond. So if you have questions, once again, follow up to all the person to get those questions answered. They will not respond to you at this moment. I put it up. Okay. Hold on. I don't make sure you kind of which one comes up.
Can you hear me?
It's on. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
I don't know. I want to make sure you heard when I say, wait till she the clock up before we start.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Okay. I don't see anything.
It's a little small, but go ahead. You can see.
Oh. I just had a few questions. So I didn't, like some of the other residents were saying, I didn't know at least the levy or the audit information was on the city website. But I guess during the meeting, somebody from the city gave somebody else. Anyway, I ended up just pulling it up. So I had some concerns because I was pulling it up while you guys were talking. Again, if we could please make this stuff available in advance, like Ms. Chapman said, it does have to be, we need 20 days to evaluate whether we want our taxes to go up, because usually most boards will increase taxes every year. But as part of the audit, it said, I was concerned, it said, because of the, let's see, Kasparic was talking. We have not been able to obtain sufficient appropriate audit evidence to provide a basis for opinions on the financial statements of the governmental activities, business type activities, general fund, and water fund. So that's a lot of the money that the city spends, so that's very concerning, I think. I think everybody should be concerned, because if they haven't been able to get evidence from the city to, tell us about that, then that's a lot of missing information. Also, in their report, it said the city has the accumulated unassigned deficit put down. Okay, blah, blah, blah. The city has borrowed extensively from other funds without an apparent means of repayment. Additionally, the city has defaulted on several bond payments and has experienced ongoing difficulties in meeting its financial obligations. The situation raises significant liquidity risks. So I'm not quite sure why that wasn't emphasized, because that's in there, that's on the first page of the report. Again, that's very concerning. We need to address that. But yeah, the biggest one that I saw was just how they said they didn't get any audit evidence related to financial statements for governmental activity. What's not, it's a government, it's a city council. Like, everything you do is a government activity. So business type activities, okay, the city deals with a lot of businesses, general fund and water fund, like, what's going on with our water fund? I mean, that's really concerning. And then my other question is related to that. So what do we pay Kasparic for? What do we pay, however much, 100,000, whatever our money, if they're saying, well, there's all this information we didn't get from the city. And then if you go on and read the report as well, it said, well, we can't judge whether things are accurate or not, we just judge whatever the city gives to us. So that was my main concern.
Thank you.
Can everybody hear me? Yeah. First of all, I want to thank everybody for, this is my first council meeting. I want to wish everybody that they had a great holiday session. Everybody in the room, the councilman and everything else, and thank you for letting me speak on this. I'm sidestepping the budget a little bit here. Over in 6th Ward, Mr. Rogers' ward will be getting cameras put up on Calumet Boulevard, on Jefferson, on Des Plaines, and the question that I have in mind for the security factor of it all is, how soon until they are active, how many will be placed up, where are they going to be placed up, only in hot spots, or are they going to be in more areas than just the hard-hit areas of the neighborhood? What else? Because after Christmas, my vehicle was broken into, and there was no camera to be found except for our neighbors across the street. We only got to see the butt end of that. And then I would also like to advise this council, as we have Channel 7 here in the building, whatever comes out of this council comes across in such a way that if you say our police department is shortened and our fire department is shortened, and you let that information be out too much, the wrong people will come to our town and do whatever they want to do. Set fires, pull all kinds of racetrack moves over on 159th Park Avenue and make a spectacle out of themselves. So it all comes down to safety. And the other part to the safety thing is too, I didn't mention this, but I'm also a block captain with CJC and his mom and whatnot. That also the Metro project is not completed. The one side, the south side of the viaduct is dark, the fence is down, and what I was told was it was a three-way split for who owns that part of the railroad.
You still have 30 seconds.
Okay, all right. So Metro owns the north half, CNL Canadian National owns the bottom half, and IDOT owns the rest of it.
it still has work that needs to be done to it. The south side is not lit. The south side has a fence that's laying on there. When the snow and everything comes, we're in trouble. Thank you, sir. Can you pronounce your last name for me? Cronin. Okay. Well, thank you, sir. I think if you can stay in contact with your sixth ward alderman, most of the questions that you have will he'll be able to answer. Okay, great. He'll better get you those answers. With that being said, there is no more public comment. I thank everyone for who came out today and took part of this hearing, who took time out to share your thoughts and concerns, give a public comment. At this time, I'm going to ask for a motion to adjourn.
Second.
Motion by the first, second by the sixth. All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Having done that, ayes have it. Please, we're gonna, council, do y'all need a break?
Yes.
Roll right on, okay. Let's do a 10-minute break. That's good. So we'll start back at 7:20. Thank you.
So, do you find like
That's a good idea. Yeah.
you find my points out?
Yeah, I think it'd be great, especially for your first time.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna take off.
Oh, no, I would leave. The main event is just starting. That was just the preview.
I'm sure.
This one will be really good.
I'm sure. That's why, and I mean, I wanted to make sure that they knew what Channel 7 was telling everybody is,
They should, I think they're going to stay too.
Yeah. Well, they're going to stay.
They're all going to stay for the main meeting.
But I mean, the idea is this: whatever comes out of their mouths comes out to not just us. It, people who watch 7 and 9, you get the idea.
I'm listening, sorry.
No, you're fine.
I wanted to look up the tax levy to see. He said that there was an increasing, but I don't know. I'm not convinced.
I'm not either. I didn't. First of all, the gentleman in the red.
That is the comptroller, so he's paid. He's a paid city employee.
For Harvey.
Right. And he worked under Kellogg, by the way.
Oh,
But the lady,
there it is, right there.
sitting right there, she is our elected treasurer. And she has told us many times that they will not give her access to the books. So he shouldn't even be speaking. It should be the elected treasurer. But yeah.
I will talk to you later. I gotta get.
You're gonna head out? Oh, okay. Well, hey, at least
Put those with your collection.
I will. Yes.
The yellow one is the inaugural.
Oh, okay.
So I had 2 of them. The yellow one was a little nicked up, so I gave you the better of the 2.
Oh, thank you. I love it. I'll add it to the archive.
And I'll talk to you more later.
Okay. All right. Thanks for stopping by. Thank you. Yes, thank you.
Yes, I did, but I didn't start the meeting for 7.
No. As a matter of fact, I was gonna see maybe Michael go. I was gonna run downstairs and get a drink of water, but I didn't want to
Stay
go
with your
alone.
things.
Oh yeah, yeah. You'll wash my stuff. Thank you.
The 7 o'clock, city council meeting agendas are available at the front.
I got some spots.
Call this meeting to order. Can I please have your attention? Call this meeting to order. The time is now 7:28 p.m. This is our regular city council meeting. For those that are unaware, the mayor will not be able to attend the meeting on today. Therefore, I'm going to ask city council to nominate and vote a chair for the meeting on today.
Motion to elect Alderman Randall as the
Second.
chair.
We have a motion in a second. Motion by, yes, the third, second by the sixth.
Alderperson Rogers, can you cast your vote on the tablet? Motion carries.
Thank you very much. Let's see. I said every Alderman, please show yourself present. Thank you very much. Next item on the agenda is invocation of special reason. I ask you all bow your heads. Father God, we thank you for your grace and mercy, Lord. We thank you for the hedge of protection, Lord, that you have placed upon us, Lord. As we go forth right now, we ask that you will continue to lead and guide us, not for our glory, but your glory, Father. And that we will do so in a way that is conducive and productive for the city of Harvey, Lord. In the mighty name of God we pray. Amen. Point of order.
Oh, all right, what's the point of order? But, okay.
item to the agenda concerning the situation with our current, well, former clerk. We no longer have a clerk. Any information, any updates? I think we should discuss that.
So unfortunately, that request is out of order, and we cannot add to the agenda.
You sure can.
We can amend what is currently present, but
Yeah.
we cannot add to it.
You can edit
Again,
anything.
that meeting was not posted, so I cannot allow it to happen.
What happened?
At this time, there will be no
goes up
presentations.
for-
I'm going to ask the council to amend the agenda. Look for a
Motion to amend.
Second.
You can motion to amend the agenda. You can do it. He told him he couldn't do it.
To amend the current agenda to move items A through A and B, move items A and B to number 4 on the agenda.
Correct.
I'll say so moved.
So,
Motion, yes.
Motion by second by Ms. Please cast your votes. Thank you very much. Motion passes. In previous discussions, Alderman Vargas, come to your attention, there was a question regarding the tax levy, but in looking at the agenda, the date is correct on the agenda. So this was what we need to post correctly. I don't think we need to table. Any objection to that?
Yes. I want to thank Treasurer Pitcher. We found that one line posted as the 2024 tax levy and not 2025 or 2026 tax levy.
Yes. But I'm saying, for legally, the agenda is posted correctly, which means we can take action. Talk to the mic. Legally, the agenda is posted correctly, therefore we can legally take action.
Understood. All.
That's what I'm saying, because we talked about it previously, and I was with you until the agenda, I'm like, well, it's right on the agenda. So if we did it right and we posted it correctly, then we can take action.
Got it. May I just reply?
Please.
We want to do everything in full excellence. So we don't have it, we may have it correct here, but we don't have it correct for the general public to review it and it say it's correct here. So I just want us to operate in excellence across the board.
I completely understand what you're asking. You have the right to make whatever motion that you wish when we get there. Me personally, as long as it's been legally posted, I'm prepared to take action on it. Each council member can take their own opinion as they will do so with their votes. With that being said, yes, ma'am.
Just to seek clarification, it is correct on the agenda item. Where is it incorrect?
Online where they posted the tax levy for review. The date, the information is saying the date says 2024.
But not here.
Yes, it's
Okay, how did we know?
It is legally correct.
We wouldn't know that.
If I may, one more thing.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you, Alderman. Last, at the COW meeting, you allowed for the audit to be presented before we went into the budget. Would you allow that again?
Yes,
Compliments what we just,
amend the agenda again.
yeah. I'm just following what we just did in our COW meeting.
Tell you what, as I always say, you have a right to whatever motion. If council supports your motion, then it shall be.
I hope so. We supported it in the COW meeting, council.
I don't know. Would you provide us with an explanation of why you want to do that?
But it's, looking at a preview of a previous budget or what the audit is for 2022 should allow us oversight on the 25-26 budget. So we're approving the 25-26 budget before we're approving the 2022 audit. I would think sequentially that the 22 audit will go before the 25-26 budget, as we did in the previous calendar.
Okay, again, what's your motion? With that being said, with that would not be item 4, that's item 4, correct? Then we're moving, so it'll be 4A, old business, there's none. 4B is new business. Item 1, ordinance. An ordinance making an appropriation for the corporate purpose of the city of Harvey, fiscal year beginning May 1st, 2025, and ending April 30th, 2026. Is there a motion?
So moved.
Is there a second?
There's already a motion by the third.
Oh, so that, that's gonna be the second. Ask you to cast your votes.
Alderperson Key, please lock in your vote.
For 2, an ordinance. An ordinance levying taxes in the city of Harvey.
One moment, that ordinance number is 3518.
3518. B2, an ordinance. An ordinance levying taxes in the city of Harvey for the fiscal year beginning May 1st, 2025, and ending April 30th, 2026.
So moved.
Mark, your count, your tally, sir.
Don't do it. Don't do
He hasn't called the vote yet.
Well, he can't second.
That's what I thought too.
How can he second if he the chair?
I don't know to interject or regroup, but can you call for discussion?
Reasonable.
You're free to make the motion, but I did not intend to call for discussion on this item because we just spent 5 whole hour and a half discussing. So, you're free to make the motion.
This has to do with our taxes.
I would need you to call for discussion so that I can make a motion.
Can't second.
We cannot hear what you're saying.
Me or her?
For us to hear it.
Okay.
Pardon me.
Please make sure y'all are in my stand.
Yes, ma'am.
What you can say?
Yes, call your vote.
Motion carries. That is ordinance number 3519.
Vote is open.
That's why I need you to call for discussion.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not calling for discussion. I'm not gonna call for discussion. Let me say this very loud and clear. I'm not calling for a discussion because again, we discussed these items in the public hearing that happened at about 5:40 p.m. today for more than an hour and a half. However, all of you are free to call a motion for discussion if you so choose. That is your right. You don't need me to do that.
Yeah, before the vote.
Still how the chair operates. Call for discussion.
She's right.
The vote is now over. I did.
Boo.
Didn't vote pass. I have not called for any votes. Therefore, we are no longer in the middle of a vote.
What's the ordinance number?
That would be 3519.
I'm gonna say it one more time, we are no longer in the middle of a vote. All right, with that being said, B3, resolution accepting the fiscal report for fiscal year 2022, prepared by John Casper and Company.
You're gonna do it right.
Go ahead, call the vote.
Alderperson Smith. Motion carries. That's resolution 4017.
Thank you all very much. On to, that's going to move us on to item 5, the automatic reports.
Great, great, they got their money. That's all we care about.
All right.
They got their money.
Rather than me just call people out, is there anyone who would like to start? Thank you.
Good evening, everybody. And Happy New Year. Dear residents of the city of Harvey, it is with deep sadness and a heavy heart that we extend our sincere condolences to the family, friends, and classmates and loved ones of 12-year-old student Denia Smith. The loss of such a young life is heartbreaking, and our thoughts and prayers are with all of those who are grieving during this difficult time. We also offer our heartfelt condolences to the family and loved ones of Mr. Carl Robinson, a lifetime resident whose presence and contributions will long be remembered in our community. Mr. Robinson's legacy as a devoted member of the city of Harvey will not be forgotten. During moments of loss, we are reminded of the importance of unity, compassion, and coming together as a community. In the same spirit, we reflect a positive moment that continues to uplift our city, including our annual toy and bike giveaway, sponsored by Alderman Tyrone Rogers and School Board President Janet Rogers. We gave away over almost 100 brand new girls and boy bikes and turkeys. This event was a major success, and it brought joy and smiles to the holiday cheer to countless of children, families throughout our community. And as we move forward into the new year, we wish each and every resident of the city of Harvey a prosperous, healthy, and safe 2026. May we continue to support one another, honor those who we have lost, and work together toward a stronger and brighter future. Sincerely, Alderman Rogers. Thank you.
Thank you very much, all. Anyone else? I'm trying to get y'all rolling with it. I just thought, Alderman Keith.
Thank you. Good evening, everyone. I wish the mayor was here tonight. I don't know the situation, but got a lot of explaining to do. I would like to begin by wishing, since we haven't had a meeting in almost 2 months, which is unprecedented, so hoping everybody had a nice Thanksgiving, a nice Christmas, and a prosperous year coming ahead, since we wasn't able to publicly announce that to you. I would like, since we haven't been addressing a whole lot of things, this ICE situation is still out of hand. We haven't made any type of meetings or public safety, anything concerning our Hispanic neighborhood. And you see what happened to a lady in Minnesota. This was really tragic for something like that to happen and for the city of Harvey, for us not to even address anything about the issue. So we need to improve on that. I would like to set public safety on December 1st. I don't know how they pulled it off, 159th and Park Street. They lit a ring of fire and was dragging the car around, had guns and everything in our city. And basically, you know, they treat us like we some punks. Because you can come to Harvey and do anything.
Right.
That was just totally out of hand. I just want to thank my residents. And just a small story. We had a loose dog around the holiday. Like for 4 days, the dog was getting out, you know, running up after the cars, picking people in their cars, scaring everybody. We didn't know what was really going on, and we don't have any animal control.
Nope.
So police officer just come by and put on the siren, and then the dog runs away, then he comes back and everything. With the good effort of my great residents on the fourth ward on Winchester, we all got together and we found a family for the dog, and the dog came and got the family. You know, a dog, I'm sorry.
That was a good one.
I want my condolences to former Mayor Kellogg's sister, Joyce Kellogg. If anybody knew her, she was somebody really special. To know her was to love her, and it was a real loss to the city for everything that she has done. Outside of that, one of the last things I like to remember, I would like to really thank our Chicago Bears. And the reason why, when we have a winning team or anything is going good, you ever notice that crime go down, how much people have a smile on their face, and how people just do things, just the joy that they have just over a game. You know, and I just want to really thank them because they really made my night, because I was sitting there scared. Nevertheless, thank you.
Thank you very much, Alderman. Scott? Go. Okay. Are you doing that intentionally? Yes, I am.
Oh my.
Happy New Year. Happy New Year to City of Harvey. It's truly great to see everyone tonight. I want to take a moment. Thank you. I want to take a moment to thank the over 2,000 residents who attended our annual Christmas event at Thornton High School. It was amazing. As we enter a new year, many people reflect on hope and renewal. But a new year must also bring clarity, accountability, and intentional leadership, especially for a city that has been declared financially distressed and where residents are asking serious questions about how decisions are being made. I want to be clear about my concern this evening because it goes directly to our fiduciary responsibility. You guys are a little loud. We are being asked to approve the fiscal year 2025-2026 budget and tax levy before meaningfully using the fiscal year 2022 audit as the basis for decision-making. That is not responsible or logical sequence. Audits are intended to inform budgets, not to go behind them. The fiscal year 2022 audit contains multiple disclaimers on our core operating funds and documents that corrective actions promised after the fiscal year 2021 audit were not implemented and in fact worsened. Despite that, we're advancing a new budget that reflects an increase, some salaries, $20,000, special events, things that I don't know that are most pertinent to a financially distressed city. Process also matters. We have not held a city council meeting in 2 months, and throughout the entire month of December, there was no public notice of cancellation. Our last meeting was Monday, October the 27th. I want to explain, on Monday, October the 27th, the Turleton Home project was voted upon. Yet, we have more abandonment here than the 77 neighborhoods across Chicago. So why are outside developers being prioritized while longtime residents are the people carrying this city, still waiting for an opportunity? Why was land transferred at a discounted rate without transparent discussion of the city's financial return? Also, those automatic ward expenses, they were voted upon. I even voted no to them, but I had never received reimbursement. Everything that I do in the second ward is out of my pocket and certainly out of my heart. I want you to understand, City of Harvey, it's time to take action. Just like the Bears came back in the fourth quarter, so are we. Stay tuned. Thank you.
All right.
Thank you very much, Alderman. Alderman Smith.
Happy New Year. Residents, this is a new year, and we need to hold people accountable when providing fake news as opposed to the TMZ factual news. Picking and choosing who should be accountable and what should be transparent isn't ethical. Business licenses are due annually, April 30th, at the cost of $250. Dollar stores were operating too long without business licensing, forcing the city to issue a cease and desist. That part was left out through the gossip line. By the way, you guys might not know Dollar Tree and Family Dollar are corporate owned, not individually franchised ownership. According to Google, January 2026, Dollar Tree net worth is $26.6 billion. Family Dollar sold by Dollar Tree July 2025 for about $1 billion. Net proceeds of $800 million, but they don't want to pay the city, a poor black community, $250. Blame is not on this administration, it's on corporate greed. Blame also lies on anyone who defends this type of practice from any business who continues to steal from the city and has contributed to the reasons our city is in distress. This puts us at a more vulnerable state for greed. Better's Pizza, 3 years, no business license. No mention of that these past 3 years, beating the tambourine for transparency and accountability. A high elected official operating a business without a license for this long is a god-awful shame and sets a bad example for other big corporations to take advantage of our city. This is the same person withholding funds from this distressed city that the council meeting all collectively voted on October with no response for 3 months. But it's more concerns for council meetings than it is meetings with the powers that be on the distressed funds. Consistently calling out the media to capitalize off people's tragedy and trauma isn't real advocacy, as you fail to use that airtime opportunity to plead before the nation to those who are responsible for not helping the city by releasing the funds needed to bring this city to an unlawless state. Kobe, you're president of the DOTS, DOTT, which everyone needs to connect those dots. With this type of access, have you talked with the 5th District Commissioner and the senior with regard to their plans with this business city? No collaboration or solution, no favor. Let's hold everybody accountable, not just those who won't do your favors. Favors have cost our city $165 million. It appears your priority as an elected official is to advocate for getting convicts out of a jail free, rather than advocating for the distressed funds available to the city. You need to resign as an alderwoman.
Inappropriate. Let her respond, because that's the
All right. Listen. I'm sorry. Let's not let this. Excuse me.
Right.
30 seconds left.
Maybe she should be escorted out.
It's over with. Let's move forward. It's been addressed. I said it. What's more we do?
That's why you let her go last.
Please make that the record, okay? Please do that. We're not gonna do that.
Thank you.
I've done this like a woman situation.
That's why you let her go last, so you knew what she was gonna say.
Get that picture. Get that photo.
Happy New Year. Wow. Okay. Well, yeah, it is. You know what, we have to understand society. We talk about ICE. We talk about the city of Harvey. We talk about everything what we're supposed to do. And yet, we listen on the news. Okay? Oh, thank you. We listen to the news, and we hear all these elected officials talk about situations. Talk about that young lady Renee who lost her life. The vice president of the United States called her a homegrown terrorist. Then we go and we listen to the Democratic side, and they call ICE murderers. We describe our world, and we're hearing this constantly with all these negative adjectives. And yet, we're all wanting the same thing. We want peace. I could not believe when Alderman Tracy made an error, a cute error, and we all had a smile on our face.
Yeah.
That was a very nice moment. That was a very, very nice moment. And I'm sorry it was at your expense, but it really was important for all of us to come together. And I thank you for that, because that's what we're gonna have to do. We are a tourist city. We are not going to get help. Our House Speaker, Welsh, said that Illinois, at every budget hearing, is $2 billion in the hole. Illinois. That means our little $161 billion is chump change to them. If they're approving a budget at $2 billion, and he said he was the speaker for 5 years in a row, and that's how much they allocated over. $2 billion. Ladies and gentlemen, we're gonna have to band together. And we're gonna have to work together. And we're gonna have to understand one another. And these adjective words that society is describing, let's make them positive. We can still smile and still disagree. We can still smile. We don't have to cut each other's throat or attack or use negative adjectives. But in either case, God bless. Happy New Year. Peace to everyone. And thank you.
Thank you, thank you. No, you don't have to. First of all, I want to start off by saying thank everybody for being here. I also want to thank our police, our fire, every single employee in the city of Harvey, to our administration. I'm thankful, of course. Happy New Year to you all. I pray that everyone had an amazing holiday season. And I'm glad to see that everyone is now here in 2026 with us. Whether you know it or not, everybody did make it. But God chose to keep you here, that means you still have purpose. And with that being said, I'm going to echo Alderman Merci. This is time out. We gotta take time out for the attacks. Let's take time out for just finding any reason to say something negative.
Yes, yes.
Like, this getting old. It really is. It's getting old. Like, I've said this before, and I'll say it again. I'm the first one to blow the whistle if I see something foul. Okay? I'm being first.
Oh, yeah? Been awfully quiet for 7 years.
Again, to me, it's just little stuff like that. With all due respect, yeah, we're elected officials. But you are, well, most of y'all are probably my elders. But when you get up here and talk, if we sit over here, we mumble and complain while you up there talking, you feel like you're being really disrespectful. How do you think I feel when you do that? Or when they're speaking and you do that? You want us to respect you, please. Before I was an alderman, I was a man, and I deserve your respect as well. You ain't gotta like it. You ain't gotta invite me to your birthday party, nothing. But please give me the same respect that I'm giving you. If we can just start there, we can just respect each other. I think that's smart. That should be something that nobody even have to ask for. Okay? Let's just respect each other. Let's not be rude. Okay? It's not necessary. I would never disrespect anybody in this room. It has nothing to do with me being an alderman. It's about how I'm raised. Okay? So let's just start there. We're going to have an amazing 2026. There are a ton of irons in the fire. We need to stop talking about us, and let's just pray about it. Okay? You ain't gotta like me. You can talk about it, but while you're talking about me, pray about it too. Okay? Because I'm not perfect. I need all the help I can get, and we all need each other. Okay? So as we go into this year, that's my prayer, that's my hope, that's my expectation, is that we learn to work with each other. If you say, hey, Aubrey, look, you missed that, you need to pay attention to that. I'm gonna say thank you. Let me know when you got it all right, and you perfect. Because that's not me, I never claimed to be. Okay? So I'm looking for all work together as we continue to move forward. With that being said, let's start public comment. Okay? That's the next item on the agenda, number 7. In order, I guess I'm gonna say this, even though I don't even think we should have to say it. No, I'm not gonna on that. Let's respect each other. Frank name caller. Please respect the 3 minutes. I'm gonna ask the council, do not respond. If you have any questions, please get to know your own person. They're your first line of contact to get any questions that you need to resolve. With that being said, witness James Watson, followed by, I think it's Maisha Robinson. I'm glad we're in church. Come on, give her a hand clap of praise. Come on. Some of y'all know church. That's what it is. About 4 y'all clap.
Good evening, everyone. Happy New Year. So, I usually have prepared notes, but I'm going to speak from my heart tonight. I feel very disheartened, and I vacillate between being mad and sad, because I feel like I get mad because I feel like we, meaning the residents, are not being taken care of. We're not being addressed properly. That we're not being given the due notices, the due respect that we deserve. And I mean that because despite what was said at the previous meeting, the committee of the whole meeting, there were no notices, or if there were, they came out very late as far as the budget, the tax levy, the ordinance, any of those things that were actionable tonight. And I just want to read something from the Illinois Municipal Budget Law. It says, this is so small. It says, the governing body shall, of each municipality of this state, within or before the first quarter of each fiscal year, adopt a continuing annual budget and appropriation ordinance. Okay, that did not happen because the fiscal year that they just voted for was last year. The fiscal year for Harvey is May 1st through August 30th. That means they're only 77 days away from voting and creating the budget for 25-26. They're a year behind almost. And so where was all of this talk a year ago? Where was all this discussion a year ago? How have you been operating without a budget for this whole time? Or what budget have you been operating on? An ass budget? Just free for all? I mean, you didn't even vote on the budget that was in place for all the expenditures that happened last year until tonight. So I feel that's a disrespect to me as a resident who's paying a high tax dollar for the operation of this city, with or without a budget. The other thing is that I noticed is that well, anyway, we did not get noticed, I just know that. And then I'm just feeling very sad that you don't have enough respect for us as grown human beings, grown men and women, who can think for ourselves, who go to work every day, our dollar spends the same way a Barrington dollar spends, but yet we don't get the same kind of bang for our buck. And so with that, I hope that going into 2026, 27 budget year, you all will have more respect for me and my fellow Harvey residents. Thank you.
Thank you. Mike Robinson, followed by Alicia Nicole.
Hello, my name is Maisha Robinson, and I am the founder and CEO of Blessings Shirts and partner with Blessings and Peace, both nonprofit organizations, because right here, the lives and experience resilience, and the deep commitment to serving. Our organization stands with 6 cornerstone values: courage, wisdom, compassion, self-belief, trust, and growth. On lives and strengthening communities. We believe that individuals are supported mentally, emotionally, and physically. Neighborhoods transformed through therapy, counseling, mentoring, reentry support, gun violence prevention, stability recovery services, and community resource navigation. We help people move forward, surviving to stability. I was raised in the city of Harvey on Emerald Street. I spent my entire childhood in DCFS. I experienced abuse, instability, and silence, but also discovered purpose. I became the little girl who survived, so I could become the woman who speaks out for those who feel unseen, unheard, or forgotten. Every time I drive past my home I grew up in, I think about the little girl who needed help, didn't receive it. Today I stand before you as someone who chooses to handle, to heal over bitterness and survivor over silence. I am respectfully asking the city of Chicago for the opportunity to serve our residents, particularly impacted by substance trauma and violence and incarceration. And if someone that we can't help directly, we can stop and send them over to people that we trust. This is about making our community a better place. We invest in people, we reduce crime, strengthen family, and build safer streets for Harvey. Harvey raised me, and now I'm ready to give back. Thank you for your time and leadership and the opportunity to serve.
Thank you very much. This is your number on here?
Yes.
Thank you. Lisa Nicole. Followed by Ryan.
Yes, hi, good evening. Happy New Year, everyone. I am a Harvey resident. A couple of comments, one question. I'll start with my question, which is also a question and comment. What can be done? I am sick and tired of being sick and tired of those trains being stopped on those tracks. The latest incident, it was stopped for at least 4 hours. I mean, there's no excuse for that. I mean, every time I see that, I worry about ambulances and what they would do. And then I think about if it were my loved one in that ambulance that can't get around that train. So that's one question/comment. I just would like to know what can be done from a resident perspective. I am a Harvey resident. Secondly, I haven't been to the meetings in a while, and I have my reasons. There's been a lot of contention and not a lot of action, and I don't operate well like that. It tends to just make me distant and not want to be involved. I would like to see more collaboration and just the ability to move forward in a positive manner. Okay. Lastly, I just want to end with a positive note, actually. There was a good thing that happened in Harvey. I think it was December 23rd. It was the Monday before Christmas. There was a Harvey senior dinner, Christmas dinner, at a church here in Harvey. Very well attended. Everyone had a great time. I was there as a volunteer, actually. Had a great time. Every resident came with nothing, probably but an appetite, left full, and everyone left with a gift bag, some left with gift cards, some left with TVs and other items. For anyone to hate on that, they have to be miserable, completely miserable. To me, that shows that they care more about their personal vendettas than they do about the happiness or the advancement of the community. There was nothing, absolutely nothing negative about that event. There was disdain because some people don't like the people that threw it. That had absolutely nothing to do with the success of it. It was a success. And I was happy to be a part of it. And if you weren't there, and if you weren't our senior, I am too, come to the next one. It was a nice opportunity to fellowship, to get to know people in a different light. even outside of these meetings where it can get contentious sometimes. Please participate in that way so that the only time we see each other is not in these contentious meetings or COW meetings. There's a whole life outside of that. And people exist outside of that. And you can meet people outside of that and meet them there and find out that you may actually like them or there may be some common ground. So just want to end with that. Thank you, and bear down.
Right, that's right. Yeah. Ryan's. I don't know, mess up the last thing. He's gonna be followed by Jacqueline Wilson.
It's It changed from the original Polish. Could be worse. So yeah, thank you everybody. My name is Ryan Zawelski. Happy holidays from the Harvey COW Society, Brian's Day Chicago, and which is my YouTube, and then also Chicago Politics and this meeting. So there have been no public city meetings since October 27th, as we know. Mayor Clark pushed the council to shut down the city. He went into hiding, and he's begging the state to get him out. That was actually being shocked. He's not here tonight. Like, it's pretty bold because we really don't know where that money's been going the past few years, and he's not even here. My question is though, why should the state bail Harvey out when we don't know how or what Mayor Clark and his board or alder Yasmin have done with the money for the past 7 years? Would you give money to someone who is not telling the truth about how they're spending money and they're cheating and they're harassing people? I mean, I wouldn't. So, I mean, we've got to make some changes here. Tonight, Mayor Clark wants to vote on the tax levy. We need that in order to collect taxes, but will that be another tax increase? Now, I did look that up between the break, and as far as I can tell, comparing some tax bills, the city tax rate has increased. So, you know, we can do more research and definitely get back to people, but look it up on your own. You know, don't take my word for it, but it unfortunately does look like the city tax levy is between 23 and 24. My question is, you know, why was that vote delayed for so long? How do you increase our property taxes? The streets are full of holes, the lights don't work, city properties are vacant, they're falling apart. Where's the money going? I mean, Mayor Clark gets paid, the overpaid senior staff that cater to him, that don't really do the frontline work, they're getting paid. The 4 alder yes-men, they get paid, but the city looks like trash. We have fires breaking out weekly, no info's given about that. 2 buildings owned by Harvey and Myrtle burned recently. Why is the city allowing city properties to burn? Firefighters and police, they're working at unsafe staffing levels. Why are the dollar stores closed down? Are you trying to run out every business in Harvey? Mayor Clark said we're broke, yet we're in a 5-year, $2 million plus contract with Flock Safety to pay for those creepy surveillance cameras. They can follow you by license plate and also by facial recognition. So they can follow you everywhere you go within the city of Harvey. So why don't you cancel that contract, save us some money. Here's some other solutions. Reduce pay for all city officials, bring back all the laid off staff, release all financial records immediately, have Mayor Clark resign, have a forensic audit done by the state, and return all those leased city vehicles that the staff are driving home. Go to Ryan'sCow.com to find our anonymous tip line and to sign a petition calling for Clark's immediate resignation and a forensic audit. We've got over 100 sign-ups so far. And alders, the 4 alders always vote with Clark. We only need 2 votes to change the way the city's going, so anytime you're ready to do business.
Thank you. Ms. Wilson, if you can step up. I just want to say something really fast here. This is kind of an example of what I'm talking about. He's not running, he's not hiding, he's not afraid. He's human. Anybody think about that? He's human. I'm not going to put his business out there, but you don't even know that he's sick. You don't know that he had a loss in his family. He's human. Why are we doing this? Why are we putting this stuff out in the atmosphere? So much you don't like him. We're going too far. He's human. I wish he was robotic. I wish he was some type of superhero. But unfortunately, he's human. Things happen to people. Let's stop this. It's getting ridiculous. things to be said as if, you know, these things are going on. It's not true. Let's stop this, y'all. It's not okay. Thank you, Ms. Wilson, for your patience.
Thank you too. I'm so glad that you made that statement, because when you do not like somebody, you should not just say what you think should happen, what they're doing. I live in Harvey. I have been in Harvey for a very long time. And if you ask me about my block is not torn down. It's lights. He has put lights from Dixie Highway, from 147th Street, and it comes all the way down here. We have some cleanups when some people throw out stuff that needs to be picked up, it gets picked up. He is doing a good job, and I can see it. And I just get so tired when people get up here and the only thing they want to say is negative stuff. Stop it. How is not that bad, y'all? I am a Black Club captain. The mayor reached out to the residents to try to make improvements. And I decided to do it because I wanted to make a difference. If you all want to make a difference, then reach out. Become a Black Club captain. You would know what's going on. All this negativity that they're talking about my city is not true. Yeah, we have abandoned buildings. Other people have abandoned buildings too. Our mayor have tried very hard to make a difference in Harvey, and I can see the difference. I truly can. And I'm reaching out to the residents and ask them, if you want to see what's going on, become a Black Club captain. You know, they give us what we does is, we give out information, like programs and events and activities. We take them to our neighbors, let them know what's going on. You know, so when people say they don't know what's going on, if you become a Black Club captain, you probably find out what's going on and the truth. Not from what you hear somebody say that's not true, it's the truth. I have talked to my mayor. He has came to the meetings, and he's not afraid to say what's going on. He's not afraid to give information. If you want information, he'll give it to you. If you got ideas, be trial. So please, y'all, like he said, I don't know what's going on with the mayor either, but I'm for sure he's not running. He don't have nothing to run from. He has done a good job to those that want to see it. Those that don't want to see it, then keep your eyes closed. But Mayor, if you sick or whatever may be going on with you, I pray that you get better, whatever it may be. I thank you for being my mayor. I thank the councilmen that's here. I thank the aldermen. But like they keep saying, we need to join together. And I was at the senior Christmas party, and it was wonderful. They gave a lot of presents, TVs and microwaves and pop copies and what's called slow cookers. They gave away a lot of stuff, and people enjoyed. You know, stop it. Come with them. And whenever I come, I'm gonna bring something positive. I'm not gonna do the negativity. Praise to the Most High.
Thank you so much. Come on, it's okay to clap for us. Okay. I think everybody took the time for your public comments. Nicole, if you see me after, I have an answer for you. Next item on the agenda is the departmental reports. No, I'm not the mayor, but I'm gonna say this. You know how to do a report. Yeah, I'll tell you, she's sick. She don't feel good, but she's still here. She's been here all day. I see you over there. So we start with the police department.
Today I would like to provide an update. Today I would like to provide an update on the 2025 crime statistics and highlight several cases handled by the Harvey Police Department over the past year. The Harvey Police Department's Patrol Division responded to 35,207 calls for service. We concluded the year with 8 homicides, marking a significant decrease compared to previous years. To put this into perspective, we had 24 homicides in 2019. We had 19 homicides in 2020. We had 32 homicides in 2021. We had 14 homicides in 2022. And we had 12 homicides in 2023 and 10 homicides in 2024. So they continually decrease, and this work reflects the dedicated officers in our department to maintain public safety and address community concerns. For the year 2025, we have the following results. 484 general case reports were completed. Correction, 2,484 general case reports were completed. 283 misdemeanor arrests by the police department. 58 felony arrests by the police department. 4,891 parking citations were issued. 12,773 moving and equipment violations were issued. 560 vehicles were towed. 476 reported accidents, and 42 firearms were recovered by the Harvey Police Department. The police department, as well as the investigations division, conducted significant criminal investigations during 2025. I'm going to highlight a few cases. On November 21st, 2024, correct, 2025, no. On November 21st, 2024, Harvey police officers, detectives responded to 14918 Honorary in regards to a male gunshot victim. Upon arrival, officers located the victim on the street and sheltered several gunshot wounds to both of his legs. The victim was transported to the hospital for emergency surgery. Detectives processed the crime scene and collected several pieces of evidence. After speaking with the victim, he identified the shooter as Alexander Solomon out of the city of Chicago. The investigation revealed that on the day of the shooting, Mr. Solomon followed the victim from Chicago after their court appearance. As the victim walked into his front door, Mr. Solomon approached the victim while his face was covered and began shooting. The victim attempted to flee after being shot, but fell on the ground. Before Mr. Solomon fled his vehicle, he shot the victim several more times. Detectives captured Solomon's vehicle on our license plate readers, which is through the flock system that was mentioned earlier, in the area before and after the shooting. On November 23rd, 2024, the Investigations Division recovered Solomon's vehicle unoccupied in the area of 5043 West 67th Street on an unrelated case in the city of Chicago. On September 15, 2025, detectives learned that Solomon was in custody at the Cook County Jail on an unrelated case. At that time, detectives traveled to the jail to interview him. Solomon was eventually indicted and charged with 1 count of attempted murder. On September 5th, 2025, at approximately 21:56 hours, officers responded to 16331 Cars Avenue in reference to a medical assist. While in route, Cook County Dispatch advised that the medical assist was for a subject who was stabbed in the neck, and the offender was still on the scene. Upon arrival of the officers, they encountered offender Alicia Reynolds out of Chicago in the living room. After a brief verbal altercation, she was placed into custody. The officers made entry into the south bedroom and found a male black victim with profuse bleeding from a puncture wound to the neck, on the left side of his neck. Officers, without hesitation, rendered first aid by applying an Israeli pressure bandage to the victim's neck wound and took turns applying pressure to said wound to the EMS responding. These actions certainly saved the victim, and he's now doing well. Case number 3. On May 28, 2025, the Harvey Police Department and detectives responded to the area of 158th and Pulaski in reference to shots fired. While on scene, officers learned that an 11-year-old girl was shot while riding with her father. I'm sure some may be familiar with this case. And the victim was transported to the hospital by her father. Detectives processed the scene and located 6 fire cartridges. Detectives then recovered video footage from a nearby business and identified the suspect vehicle. Detectives then obtained the suspect's license plate using that same license plate reader system through flock. During the investigation, detectives recovered the suspect vehicle in a nearby town, and it was towed to the Harvey Police Department where a search warrant was obtained for the vehicle. During the process of the inspection of the vehicle, detectives recovered a handgun that was used during the shooting. Detectives eventually identified the shooter as Graylin T. Wise of the city of Harvey. Mr. Wise was taken into custody, and the case was turned over to the Assistant State's Attorney's Office for review. Mr. Graylin was charged with 1 count of aggravated battery with a firearm, which is a Class X felony. And we want to say, if anyone, as always, has information regarding to any criminal matters in the city of Harvey, they can contact the Harvey Police Department's Criminal Investigations Division at 708-331-3030, extension 226. To remain anonymous, you can call 708-713-4899, or you can email crimetips@cityofharveyil.gov. Again, that's crimetips@cityofharveyil.gov. All tips remain confidential. Thank you.
Thank you, Chief.
Good evening, Mayor Pro Tem. Good evening, everybody. The Harvey Fire Department staff for 2025 did 1,575 calls. We responded to 214 fire-related calls. We responded to 447 EMS calls. We did 191 good attention calls. We did 167 hazard condition calls and 490 false alarms, 63 service calls. We did over 350 fire inspections. And the Harvey Fire Department was awarded $237,999 to replace our air packs. The air packs is what the personnel put on their backs to breathe clean air when they go into the burned building. We're going to be replacing 22 air packs. This new equipment will enhance firefighter safety, operation efficiently, and compliance with NFPA standards. The Harvey Fire Department is committed to utilizing the funding to continue to provide the highest level of service to our personnel. That's in my report.
Thank you very much, Chief.
Good evening, Mayor Pro Tem, members of City Council, residents of the City of Harvey, and my great staff that I work with every day. As you know, our Public Works team continues to work diligently each day to address the city's needs and response to residents' concern. Despite recent changes that impacted our daily operation, the team still remains committed and continues to put the best foot forward to keep our city clean, safe, and well-maintained. As we are currently in the winter season, we face additional challenges such as icy roadways, significant snowfall, water mains, pipe issues, and other weather-related conditions. Each day, our team works collaboratively to strategize and implement effective plans to ensure streets are clear and salted as efficiently and safely as possible. These are our projects and updates. We were happy to work with the Harvey Police Department during the week of December 15th to the 19th to assist them in preparing the process for the evidence room that included washing, painting walls and floors, clearing space, preparing an area for installation of our new shelter. Regarding the lead service line project, I'm hoping you guys are all started hearing about it, but it's very important to us. The Water Division has begun scheduling appointments with residents to initiate removal of lead service lines from homes. Notification letters have been sent to residents informing them of the type of water system currently on record, or advising them if an on-site inspection is required. This project will be a coordinated team effort to ensure the process runs smoothly and successful. I'm happy to announce that we have installed 20 brand new fire hydrants, and with an additional 10 easy valves were installed as well. These are just some of the things that we've completed. We've had 25 meters read in the last month, 4 meter checks and exchanges, 6 water shutoffs, 4 water turns on, 3 sewer lid and vault checks, 1 brick placement, 1 red card issue, 7 Julie tickets completed. And that's just what our guys at the water department do. Our streets, grounds, and facility maintenance, we've had 2 board ups, and we've had numerous handicap signs installed, as well as no parking signs, one-way signs, etc. And in closing, I want to acknowledge to continue to, in closing, I want to acknowledge the continued dedication and teamwork of our public works staff. Despite ongoing challenges, they remain focused and committed to serving the residents of the city of Harvey.
Finance, I know, but everybody wasn't here. Give me do something. Everybody was here at the hearing, so I know we did this for an hour, but everybody wasn't there.
I'll be brief. Obviously, the 22 audit was reported to get the auditors have a proposal. Hopefully that we'll get the audits current in 2025 with the next year. That would be great. We'd be back where we were in 2019 on the audits, but they did not see ordinary month. We continue to operate under difficult situations. As we all know, county tax bills didn't go out until December 15th, as opposed to when it was supposed to go out on August 1st. We have received funds. I mean, we continue to try to navigate and keep the city's bills paid in spite of all the taxes, tax bill not being set.
Good evening, Harvey. Good evening, City Council and Harvey residents. I want to briefly update you on the building department's recent work and priorities. As we start the new year, we remain focused on improving our business license process. Last year, we launched a new streamlined online system that has been very successful. We look forward to building that success in 2026 as we continue to serve Harvey's business community. I also want to address the ongoing issue of illegal dumping in our city. We've seen a turbulent trend in individuals and contractors from outside of Harvey bringing debris and cleanout material into our neighborhoods and abandoning it here. Many times, mail and other identifiers clearly show the material originating in other municipalities. The building department, in helping and assisting the Public Works Department, is responding to cleaning these sites. We need residents' help. Please remember, if you see something, just to say something. Quicker we keep these recordings and these dumping, quicker we can have them cleaned up and enforced. Also want to make the community aware of the new Illinois law taking effect this year that strengthens our property owners' rights when dealing with unlawful occupants, often called squatters. The Senate Bill 1563 was signed into law and goes into effect January 1st, 2026. Under this law, law enforcement can treat someone occupying property without legal right as without legal right as a criminal trespasser rather than a tenant, and remove them once the property owner provides proof of ownership without going through the lengthy eviction process that used to be required. This gives property owners immediate relief from unlawful occupants and help restore control in our property faster. We know we need that here in Harvard. Finally, I want to acknowledge that the building department has faced significant staffing challenges, having been reduced by 75%. Despite this, our team continues to fulfill its responsibilities and deliver services to our residents and business owners. Thank you for your support and conclude my report. Thank you for your support.
Thank you. Resources.
Good evening. I'm the Director of Human Resources. I'm pleased to report that despite a recent reduction in staff, the City of Harvey continues to operate effectively and efficiently. Human Resources is currently working toward our first goal for 2026, which focuses on employee wellness. This initiative will emphasize both mental health and physical well-being, including access to wellness resources. We're encouraging all managers to work with their employees to ensure they're taking their earned vacation time. Allowing employees to recharge promotes improved performance and engagement, while also giving leaders opportunities to collaborate with their supervisors to identify innovative ways to strengthen their departments. This quarter, we'll be updating the employee handbook. Clear and well-defined policies and procedures are essential to maintaining employee accountability and ensure that the municipality operates in a transparent and ethical manner. Additionally, the Human Resource Department is updating job descriptions and titles. Accurate and current job descriptions support effective performance, evaluations, and are critical for reflecting organizational changes while providing clarity around roles and responsibilities. We remain committed to providing continuous learning opportunities to equip our employees with skills and the knowledge necessary to support the overall success of our organization. Our next training will be an organizational development course covering workplace policies, ethics, communication, and team management. As the saying goes, great vision without great people is irrelevant.
Thank you very much. Come on to the mic, come on to the public servants.
Thank you for the opportunity to address you. I'm honored to serve as a city collector and trust the responsibilities and safeguarding public funds, ensuring revenue are collected and accurately, transparent, and efficient. The work of the city collector's office is often behind the scenes, but it is essential to the functions of the city. Every service of our residents rely on public safety, infrastructure, sanitation, and community programming, depending on a timely and responsible collection of the city's revenue. Our mission is to make the process fair, accountable, and accessible to everyone. Over the past year, our focus has three key priorities: efficiency, transparency, and a service to the public. First, efficiency. We have worked hard to streamline internal processes and improve coordination with other departments. We reduce delays and revenue reporting. These efforts help ensure that the funds reach our city's accounts properly, supporting some budget and physical planning. Second, transparency and accountability. We continue to strengthen internal controls and reporting practices so that every dollar collected is properly reported and traceable. Our goals are to maintain the highest standards of integrity and public trust, and to ensure that full compliance of applicable laws and regulations. Third, service to our residents. We recognize paying taxes and fees and fines and obligations are challenging, but my office has emphasized clear communications, courteous service, and a great accessibility. Whether through in-person assistance and improving payment options to make compliance easier and more convenient to the public to avoid late fees, fines, penalties, sending the payment links, and let you know my door is open and my phone is always available. Looking ahead, we remain committed to modernization and continuous improvements. We support the city council. We aim further enhance technology, staff training, and in-department collaborations to better serve the growing city and future financial needs. I would like to express my sincere appreciation to the council, the government, and support of the dedicated staff, the water department, the building department, and their professionalism and hard work. Today, I will go to maintaining financial stability and allow our city to move forward. Thank you for your time, your leadership, and your continuous commitment in serving our community. I look forward to working with you in the 12 years coming up. And I
did want to mention a couple of things. I won't read my fire report, but I did want to mention a couple of things. Firstly is that lead service line. We are applying for a grant to replace lead service lines throughout the city. It's very, very important for us to identify if your home is lead or not. So if they're not on your door, if they try to schedule an appointment, please let them in to identify if your service is lead. You have to submit that information to be able to receive the money to replace that lead line, and it will be done through you for free. So that is vital information we absolutely need to be able to replace those lead service lines, make drinking water safer and better long term. Another thing is we did complete the fire hydrant replacement. That's been a 3-year project. We finally completed the fire hydrant replacement with the help of Public Works. That was a fully funded grant. We'll be applying for more grants to replace more fire hydrants, but so far we were able to replace 20. The last thing is the streetlights. That was a $1.5 million streetlight grant that has been very difficult to implement. So all the streetlights down 147, I just ride down there just to see them myself all the time. And I'll ride down there tonight again just to look at them, because 147 has not been lit in the last 10 years. It's been a major accomplishment. I'm very, very proud of that work. But as of this month, those streetlights have been done. All the streetlights also on Dixie Highway have also been completed. So we will continue to go after grant funding to replace roads and infrastructure. We'll keep doing that work. I just wanted to let you guys know that. It's very important work, and I'm very proud of it. Thank you.
That's good work. Good work. Mr. Mayor's not here, so there'll be no mayoral comment. Please keep him and his family in prayers. He just tired of prayers. Definitely keep me up there too. At least 3 or 4 times a day. Just at lunch, pray for me. Do I have a motion to adjourn? Motion to adjourn. Motion by the 6th, second by the 3rd. All in favor? None opposed.
Well, Liliana, the young lady in the class, and I know that, like, they feel that, like, you should just see It's the first closest to officially having that we don't have, which was frustrating to me, because I don't know why Randall Cobb is, like, not allowed to That's very, I think that's something that the public can do. Just keep wondering something about the court. Yes. Okay, yes, good to see you. Thank you for stopping in. Oh, and by the way, I wanted to tell you something about the you published about the order.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have completed the council chambers.
I got one. I went to Marco and logged into it, which courthouse. And I logged in. But
Okay, yeah, the issue I was having was whether charges had been filed. So there was definitely an order for protection in the case, but I just had such a hard time finding out if charges were filed. And they didn't want to show me that file.
Did you try using your computer? Can you go 119, the clerk's room? They have those computers on the wall.
Oh no, I went up to the desk.
Not if I see you first.
Hey, how are you? Thanks for coming. So glad you came. Oh, don't forget that. Don't forget.
Break, but I'm back.
You're back? Oh, well, you know, everything's been crazy per usual. The library and this and...
I covered the library.
Oh, did you? Did you cover the last meeting? Because I was not able to cover the last library meeting. Okay. Well, thank you. Thank you. I appreciate that. Okay. You guys don't know. Like glasses or something or whatever. Hey, Miss A. How are you? Mr. Cotton. Have a good one. What's going on? Oh. Here, let me try to sneak by.
I'm just looking forward to seeing the next audit deals and keep showing that we're going in the right direction.
We spent a lot of time though tonight in sort of managing this meeting, making sure that we're aware, making sure emotions didn't get too out there. And that seems to be something that's a lot of here. What do you make of where you are in terms of how professional the city is being?
I think that the city is being professional. Passion is going to allow some things and some emotions to steal it. And I think that it is our job to kind of manage those things and make sure that the meeting is still being productive
What can you give us as an update in terms of the distress city ordinance and you got bill ordinance here? Where's that at this day? When are you going to get some extra money to help you out?
I was looking for an update on that as well. We don't have an update because the state doesn't have it in their hands, but we don't know what the current state is for the that the state does have it. We know they receive it, and now we're waiting to hear back.
And so finally, what's your message to the broader Chicago community, which is quite worried, it seems, that Harvey is turning into sort of a much more dysfunctional kind of a city, and that they're kind of worried it's going to be maybe like Dalton has started to become in terms of its public image and all the rest. So what's your message to the rest of Chicago?
I would say that the truth. Harvey is definitely much better than it's been in the past. We're going to continue to make those strides toward improving that as well, and that's why you see me trying to manage things and let them know that we're going to hold these meetings in a professional manner. Because again, we do know that other communities are watching, and we want to make sure that we're doing so we can show them that this is a great place to live, a great place for businesses to come, and that's why it's important that we do so in a professional manner.
Okay. Thank you very much.
Yeah. Thank you.
Can I also ask you a question?
Sure.
I haven't been in a meetings for a while, but I was just wondering.
I'm sorry.
I mean, I said, guys, know where the Harvey World Herald, local paper.
Let's step out here, because I know they've been waiting much. I want to hold them up. I have no idea. The only call I got was that he wasn't able to attend. I didn't ask any questions.
Okay, that's fine. Thank you so much.
You need something?
Yeah, I was just going to ask that too about what happened to the mayor.
The only call I got was, I can't make it. Can y'all please run the meeting? Again, I just want to say, like, I think we should be careful with stuff like that. He's human. There were two options. But either one of them, somebody would have something to say. He could have just simply canceled. But you would have had a problem with that. But then you got a problem that he's not here. Which one you want?
But he's human.
He had since October 27th. So why hasn't he called a special meeting before?
I'm addressing today because you asked why he's not here. You asked
Right,
about today.
right.
And all I'm saying is he's human. So
Or
let's be
like,
careful.
do you guys know where he's been since October 27th?
Come on, man. What do you think I do? Follow him around? I don't know if he went to Walmart. I don't know if he went to Hawaii. I don't know. What do you think I'm doing? Following him around?
No.
That's not a good question.
It would be good with almost half of our city staff not working.
I don't know where you've been since October. I'm not following you around, man.
but
You gotta ask me real questions, man.
I think that is legitimate. What would you say to all the city employees who would like their jobs back and are at home and they can't feed their kids or pay their rent right now?
Come on, man. It's very unfortunate. Of course, I would love for them all to be here. I've been a victim of a layoff before. It's an unfortunate reality, but it does happen in the real world. If you live in it, it happens. I think Amazon laid off like 5,000 employees.
Do you think that they'll be called back
I
at
hope
any
so.
time?
That's the goal.
Or does the city?
You gotta remember, I worked for the city for 10 years. I was my friends.
Did the mayor or has anybody given a sense of like a time maybe when people will be called back?
Not to me.
Okay.
All right, thanks.
All right. Thank you. Thank you.
No problem.
Hey, thanks for stopping by, Channel 7.
Oh, yeah.
That's nice. Oh, sorry that was kind of long, but thank you. Oh, you're. Oh yes, Mr. Have a good night.
You got an eye full and an ear full.
Yes.
I mean, kind of like filter through everything, you know what I mean?
You have a good night, guys.
When you go back, make sure you filter through everything.
Yes.
They've been doing it live all along. It's been the Becky station the whole time.
Oh really?
We've got producers on it. We've got.
Oh, I thought it was like airing on Channel 7 Live. I'm like, oh my God, are we that big?
It might go live.
Will you tell them that my 2 cents was that they filter everything?
Thank you. Miss Treasurer, do you want to say something? I'm going to talk. Miss Treasurer, hey, so we were so disappointed we didn't get to hear from you tonight as our elected treasurer. So,
But
yeah.
I was surprised that in the whole that he addressed very few of my questions. But I was surprised that he addressed any of them at all. Even with the answers he gave, it still was like, oh, he acknowledged me. So,
Is there anything you would like to tell people, in response to what we heard about the audit and everything tonight, at least from your perspective?
The audit, not so much, because I think it depends on the perspective. He tries to put a good spin on it. I think they're trying to make it not look too bad. So,
And do you get to see the documents that
No.
the auditing firm gets to see? That's what I thought. Okay.
I don't know if they would allow me if I asked, but no.
That's so
And
crazy.
these are, it's disappointing. Good night. It's disappointing to hear him say that, some
Yes.
of the documents weren't available because of the transition. Because it's like, if you got it electronically, how did you lose them?
Okay. Oh, I didn't catch all of that. Okay, that's
Are
interesting.
these not your responsibility to know those facts? Is that part of your position to have clarity?
So, yes.
And you have not had clarity?
I have not.
And it is part of your responsibility to have clearness.
Mm-hmm. Sorry.
To my
Miss Beth.
To my understanding, yes. To my understanding, that is my position, to have clarity on what's going on a broad scope. He deals with the day-to-day. He would know specifically what's going on with each little thing, which he tends to know. Whether he clearly
Oh, you're talking about the comptroller?
Comptroller, yeah. Whether
Okay.
he clearly explains it or explains it at all is a different story, but he does seem to know what's going on. Bad, he knows what's going on. But for me, I think even as on a broad view, when I have questions, it shouldn't be so difficult for me to get answers or responses or assistance or any of that. I thought that was my position.
Correct. So how do you feel going forward that there will be change? What are you hopeful for?
Mm-hmm.
Going forward from
This
what
point on. where there's more scrutiny of the
Mhm.
city of Harvey from who, from the world is watching Harvey. The nation is watching Harvey. The legislature of the state of Illinois is watching Harvey. There are citizens who are watching the city of Harvey. At this point, because so much scrutiny has come here, what are you hopeful for?
I'm hopeful for what I've been hopeful for since the beginning. A little bit more. I don't want to say cooperation, coordination, working together. It sounds good, but it doesn't seem to always happen. People feel like they know what they know, and may not necessarily feel like they should have to explain to you. And that's what I tend to come across.
So they still, the city officials have still kept the official books. Maybe we could call them, the official financial records overall are not accessible to you.
I haven't been able to access them, but
Because you've told us that before, but I just wanted to clarify, or especially for people that are just tuning in, because I've never heard that in my life. To me, that is crazy that they would lock an elected treasurer out of the city books. And you've spoken to the public several times about that.
I have.
So nothing has really changed, right? Okay.
So if you could speak to the legislature of the state of Illinois, what would you tell them? Say what you say what you believe should happen. Tell it. They're gonna hear this. So tell them what you believe should happen.
State legislation. So honestly, I'm not sure to what extent they can enforce anything. I think that has been my hesitation, I guess, or reservations. I'm not sure what all they can do as far as the city is concerned, but I don't know. I know these people interact with each other, so I would hope that even if it's not on an official level, that they would encourage, because they know what is going on at a broader level or a higher level, at the state level, that they would encourage the people, their counterparts, to try to be more cooperative. And even if it's things that they feel like they shouldn't have to explain, maybe just in good faith and goodwill, to help die down some of the fires. Just be a little more cooperative, a little bit more friendly, a little bit more give and take. Like, it doesn't have to be all held close to the chest. It doesn't have to. And because it's government, it's not supposed to. These things are supposed to be open. So I think that would be what I would hope, because I know they are interconnected. I know basically all of the players know each other. So I would hope in those conversations, the closed doors conversations, they would have these conversations with each other.
Now, many streamers around the country will hear this, what you're saying. There will be many streamers that are going to hear this. What would you say to them? They're listening. What would you say?
Keep being diligent.
Okay.
Don't give up. Keep pushing and asking and researching, and get as much as you can till you're satisfied. That's what I would say. Just don't give up. If you're not satisfied with the information you're given, keep trying to get it, or you find other ways.
Keep
to
searching,
get it.
researching.
Keep researching. I would say try not to be biased in the people. Try to be more. I can't think of the word. I lost the word. I'm sorry, lost the word. But just try to get the information.
Fairly.
The facts.
Get the facts and be fair.
Yeah.
All right.
And has the state said anything or given you any hints as to whether they're going to respond to like the bailout requests?
So I wouldn't know
Okay. I
That
haven't
would
seen
probably
anything.
be something that the comptroller would know, or the mayor, or the city administrator maybe, but I haven't heard anything. And I don't think any the aldermen, all the persons have either. So I'm thinking nothing has happened so far.
Nothing official that you've heard, anyway. Yeah. And what did you think about the fact that the mayor wasn't here and that you had the pro temp, that whole situation? I don't think we've had that for a long time, right?
We haven't. I'm glad that they continued on with the meeting because it has been a while since we've had a meeting. So I'm glad they didn't just cancel the meeting because of his absence. But I hope all is well. I don't know what's going on. I haven't seen him in basically the public eye. I do think I've seen his truck here one time when I passed by, but other than that, I hope all is well and whatever is going on, it gets better.
Legally, and if you don't know, it's okay, but I was wondering, since we've gone so long without a meeting and the city code says we should be meeting publicly twice a month to vote on the bills and everything, I mean, is potentially the mayor and his staff, are they doing anything improper, possibly illegal, as far as like how are they managing the money when we've had no public meetings? I'm so curious as to how they decide what to pay, because no bills are being voted on.
Well, I'm curious on how they decide what to pay in general. I don't know that process because according to what I've been told, there are some bills that can be paid without being voted on because it's already basically approved in the appropriations. So I don't know how that's pick and chosen. I don't know how they choose who to pay, what to pay. So I'm pretty sure they're not paying nothing. I'm pretty sure some bills are getting paid. I don't know.
So you don't know? Okay. Well, I figured I'd ask.
Thank you.
Worth an ask. Thank you, Miss. Yes, thank you, Aisha. This is our treasurer, our elected treasurer. So we hope that you, they open the books to you sooner rather than later.
Happy New Year.
Yes, Happy New Year. Where can you see this recording?
Oh, it's on Rhinescape, Chicago.
I just wanted to make sure it's for your channel.
Yes, ma'am.
Good night.
Okay, good night. Are you getting a ride home? Are you okay?
Yes,
Okay.
I'm just waiting for it. I was standing by you guys because I was scared.
No, stay by us. That's what we do. We like to stay in a group. There's safety in numbers,
That's your car?
Yes.
I parked on Center, you know why?
But it says 3 minutes.
Okay. I'll drive you.
Say why don't you drive me?
Yeah, I'll give you a ride. And then do you need a ride anywhere?
Oh, no. It's just 3 minutes away, so.
Oh, okay, cool.
I'm just waiting
I'm
for
just
it.
up on the street, but you know what I always say? Oh, are you recording?
Yeah, we're still live, so don't say anything you don't want people to know.
No. I mean,
I just want people to know that we're
safe.
Yes, exactly.
We're safe to your
Because it is kind of quiet, you guys.
You're going to drive me to my vehicle.
Yes. Although I have to say, it's without the mayor here, it was a lot calm. Are you good?
Yeah, my ride is like 2 minutes away.
Okay. Have a good night. Be safe. All right. Okay, you guys. Thanks for hanging in there with Bess and I. Dropping this. Oh, you know what? Here, I can take. Oh, that bag. There's nothing in it. You can sit on that. That's fine. Okay, you guys. But yeah, I have to say, even just with the mayor gone, look, there's one. Oh, that's the treasurer's car. It was a lot more chill, right? I feel like they didn't push us out as aggressively.
I know, because the mayor wasn't.
Yeah, so I'm appreciative of that. So yeah, it's pretty. Oh, it's pretty flat.
Helped you.
Oh, great job. Yes. Did you guys enjoy Miss Beth asked some wonderful interview questions.
I did. I asked appropriate questions.
Yeah, there's Miss Treasurer. We'll go this way.
So go up here and then take a left, and then I'm on the street.
On Center. Okay, cool.
Yeah, because I always figure and I can't say those words. You know what I mean.
Just first, it's always good to stay together. Safety in numbers. Safety in numbers. Safety in numbers. So yeah, I will do a recap, you guys. after I get Miss Beth to her car and everything, and make sure that everybody gets where they need to be, and I will log on again for a separate recap of the meeting. So yeah. Okay, Miss Beth.
All right, thank you everybody for listening, and I'll see you later. Bye.
Yes, and feel free, Beth, to join us.
Okay, later.
Okay, bye. All right, you guys. So thank you for hanging in there with me, everybody. You guys are helping to keep me safe. I appreciate it. Okay, good. So Miss Beth is successfully off to her car. Although, like I said, even though we still didn't get a lot of answers like we should have, it was a lot less oppressive, I think. Just the feel of the meeting without the mayor, and it was nice, even though, like I said, we didn't really get any answers. But just the fact that Dominique Randall L, who was the who was filling in for the mayor's chair, just having him talk and answer questions, like that's more than Chris Clark ever does. So that was, I don't know what you guys thought, but I thought actually that was rather refreshing. But it's not, it's not where we need to be, but at least it's a lot less like we still don't have the answers we need, the progress we need, but I didn't feel it was nearly as oppressive as it usually is with the mayor, with Chris Clark. So, maybe it's a step in the right direction, and maybe, I know he definitely is more than likely afraid, to face public scrutiny. So maybe this means that we will, if we keep pushing, that we'll get some answers. And please sign that petition if you didn't already. I shared it in the group chat. We're over, I think last I checked, actually earlier this evening, was 110 signers. So I am super, super, super pumped about that. And yeah, so if you guys just hang tight and excuse me, I'm going to take care of the pups, get him settled, get myself settled, and then we'll do a recap. So I'll see you guys shortly. Thanks for joining.